You're tuned into Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo. Without further ado, we have Don Gordito in the house. What's going on, Don Gordito?
Yo, what up? Can you hear me well?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, that's what's up. Because my mic, I got a janky headset mic. So when I get back, I'm going on vacation. When I get back, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get a real mic.
Okay, cool. Appreciate you coming on, man. It's been long overdue to talk about this topic, and I know you are heavy into this. So the first question I have for you is, what's your take on the wages in 2024 in your perspective? You see a lot of content as of late. People are talking about the wages is not enough, particularly if you do one thing or if you do three things. It's not adding up to what's going on in society. So expound upon these wages, man. What's your take on it?
I mean, I think it just depends on what you do for work. Like it is expensive depending on where you live. Like, I'm in the Northeast, uh, Massachusetts specifically, so it's like extremely expensive here. But I also think it depends on the lifestyle, the type of lifestyle that you want to live. Um, so for me, for example, I mean, I've been at my job for my main job. I've been at my main job for 11 years now, so I make a decent salary. Um, Now, would that be enough to live in Boston? Uh, hmm. I would say if I was like single with no children, like if I didn't have a kid, I believe it would be enough. But the fact that I have a kid that like I have to make um like more money. You know what I'm saying? Because children are expensive to take care of. So I think it all depends on where you live, your lifestyle, and then if you have children or not.
Okay, so what would you say will be just to get by? What would be the wage a person should make that's single to get by in Boston?
Well, so MIT, they have something called the living wage calculator. So
Okay.
basically, actually, let me give you I can give you the link. Let me just I'll put it in the back chat.
Well, I'm not on my computer.
Okay, so want me to put it in the regular chat?
Yeah, you can put it in the regular chat.
All right, I'll put it in the regular chat. I'll paste it right
Well, you're
now.
not a moderator. I got to make you a moderator.
Yeah. Oh, let me do it though. You see it?
No, I didn't see it yet. It didn't come on my phone yet.
Okay. So basically, what this is like you can pick like where you live, and it'll tell you how much you need to make to live, comfortably. So you said in Boston. Let me look that up real quick.
I'm talking about per hour. If you're gonna go based on
Yeah, yeah, it's
salary,
gonna,
then-
it's gonna, it's gonna, it's gonna. I'm gonna tell you right now.
okay,
And the last time these were updated, the stats were updated, February 14th, 2024.
okay.
So, let me see. Let me, my bad. I should have had this prepared, but I didn't think I was gonna have to pull this up. Let me see.
Because I was saying a
Okay,
few
so
months ago. Okay, my
so
fault. Go ahead.
Boston, no problem. So Boston, Cambridge, Newton, like basically the greater Boston area, somewhat.
Okay,
You got to make, if they say if you have no children, you have to make $30 an hour.
$30. So it
$30 an hour.
it compared to what I said a few months ago. Okay.
But if you have one child, like just say if you're a single parent with one child, it
Mm-hmm.
goes up. It goes up to $56 an hour.
Woo!
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Woo!
yeah. And let's say let's say if you two adults live together, right? If they're married or together or even roommates. Well, no, it wouldn't be roommates. It'll be like married or let's just say that they're boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever. If you
Right.
have no, if they have no children, they would have to make, and this is just for one person working, right? So let's just say, you living with your girl and you're the only one working. You would
Mm-hmm.
have to you would have to make $39 an hour.
That's about right. 40, close to
Yeah,
40. Okay.
yeah, basically $40 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you have Now, if you both are working, just say you and your woman, you guys are both working.
Mm-hmm.
It's $20 an hour.
Yeah, both making the same. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $20 an hour. So yeah, you should check it out, man. It's called the Living. I put the link in the chat. It's called the Living Wage Calculator.
Well,
It was
I know in Florida, you could make 25, 30 to get by because it's no state income tax, number one.
Yeah,
And number two, you get more for your buck.
right.
In New York,
Florida. I
in
don't
New
mean to
York,
interrupt
go
you.
ahead.
No, go ahead. You about to say New York? Go ahead.
I say about New York now, the
Mm-hmm.
way their crisis is going up the
Mm-hmm.
wall, I
Mm-hmm.
say about 35, 40
So New York
just to
City is
get
what?
by.
Suffolk. New York City is Suffolk County, right? New
I
York
don't
City.
know. I don't even know. What do they consider it now? There's so many changes.
I think New York City is considered. I think New York City is in Suffolk County. New York City.
Yeah, you look it up because you got the stats. You tell me.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. New York City counties. New York City's number five.
While he's looking for that, folks, like I say, you got to at least make at least 1,500. The least is 1,000 a week just to get by if you single. Because anything under that, you're gonna have some problems, especially the way things are up for you for the most part. No matter where you at, because rent on average is about 3,000, 2,000 or more. Shoo.
All right, so let's just look up the. I'm gonna look up the Bronx. So in the Bronx, if you're, if it's you and you have no children, it's saying $26 an hour.
That's about right.
But
Yeah.
but if it's you and you have a child, so if you're a single parent, it
Mm-hmm.
goes up to $47 an hour.
Ooh,
You see
man.
what I'm saying? So
Golly.
so 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 I think a lot of it.
So
Uh,
so so what about Brooklyn? Because Brooklyn got to be more.
well, I can't. Damn, I can't find.
Brooklyn is considered Kings County.
Brooklyn's Kings County. Okay, okay. Let me
Yeah.
let me look that up real quick. New York, Kings County. Okay. So you said Brooklyn's considered Kings County, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's you by yourself, $30 an hour.
30,000. There we go. I was right.
Yep,
Yep.
$30 an hour. You as a single parent with one kid, it goes to 51.44. So you goes, I guess you round it off to
Ooh.
52 an hour. See, and that's what I'm saying. I think what it is like people are, yeah, I know the wages in some of these jobs can be better, but I also think it's people trying to live above their means too. You see what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
you're trying to live like a lifestyle that you can't afford. So especially if you have children. So I think it's a little bit of both
Mm-hmm.
because if because you know how like I think the minimum wage I know the minimum wage in Boston in Massachusetts is 15 an hour. I think
You
New
ain't
York
gonna
City,
you ain't gonna survive with that. Mm-mm.
but I think New York City is 15 an hour too, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
New York City is, but not New York State. New York State is, I think their minimum wage is a little less than that, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, yeah, like 15, yeah, you're gonna be like barely making it.
Not barely making it. You're not even in the system.
Yeah, but most people though when they work, like most employees make more of a more than minimum wage. You know,
Mm-hmm.
most employees make above minimum wage. So like, I don't know many people making. I think I know like one dude. He works a part-time job. He works in the I want to say it's like assisted living, I think,
Okay.
and he works overnight, and he makes 15 an hour, but he don't really do much there. You see what I'm saying? Like he don't really do. He just has to make sure like the people living there are okay. Like the patients living there are okay. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't really do much, but I think he told me he makes like 15 an hour, which I don't know because if you're working overnight, I'm pretty sure you get some type of differential.
Not they don't do that for the most part like they used to.
Oh, okay.
They're
So I know
supposed to. They
yeah,
don't.
where I work, if you work overnight, you get like a so I work today, right? I work the evening shift.
Mm-hmm.
I get a weekend differential because I worked
Yep.
on the weekend, and
Yep.
I also get an evening differential because I did the evening shift.
Yeah. That's for the
Yeah.
hospital or off the hospital. They do
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
Here's the thing though. KS sprung up something a lot of people didn't want to hear at the time. You gotta make more to survive. A lot of people was going against it.
Yeah.
And
I
looking
mean,
at
but
it right now, man, it's
yeah.
making a lot of sense.
But the thing is though, like say with the minimum wage, like the $15 an hour minimum wage, it made everything else more expensive. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're making $15 to work at McDonald's, and I used to work at McDonald's too. If
Okay.
you're making if someone's making 15 to work at McDonald's, like imagine like a paramedic or EMS driver, like they're gonna want more money. So then they're gonna be making more money, and then pharmacy techs are gonna be making more money because they're gonna be like, we're making these IVs, making life-saving medications. Like we're gonna want more money. So I think it's like a trickle. I don't know if it's a trickle down or trickle up. I don't know what you would call it, but it affects everything, and it makes shit. I don't mean, excuse me, I don't mean to curse, but it makes things more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why this, and Boston's not even like the most expensive city in Massachusetts. Like Cambridge is mad expensive. Waltham, there's a lot of cities here that are expensive. There's a lot of cities that are expensive, and then the amenities too that the city has, like New York, the amenities that
Mm-hmm.
New York has to offer, like the 24-hour transportation, right? You got 24-hour public transportation.
Yeah.
You got stores. You have stores everywhere. I mean,
There's so
you,
many,
you
it's ridiculous.
yeah, store like yeah, like it's so much. It's accessible, right? So you're gonna have to pay for that.
Yeah.
So
Well, a lot of
yeah.
people are trending their lifestyles because it's not like they want to, they have to. Now, let me ask you this. What's your take on the YouTube situation? Wages. There's certain content creators that's making 20,000 the least, or maybe 10,000 a month, depending on the content.
Yeah.
Do you see YouTube being the solution for a lot of people, the way things
Uh,
are going in this day of time?
the way things are going, I mean, it depends on. Do you see? How can I phrase this? Do you see us um continuing to soak in to absorb all this content?
Yeah,
You,
because
you you do?
yeah, because right now
Hmm.
most content, but the larger YouTubers, they have to put in more work than the smaller YouTubers.
Yeah.
They don't. I'm gonna say this: if you're a smaller YouTuber, they want us out first. They're not gonna get rid of the larger YouTubers. I do believe
Yeah.
that sometime 2025,
Hmm.
if you're not over 50,000 subscribers, they're
Hmm.
gonna get rid of your channel. I do believe
I
they're gonna
can.
get rid of the small channels, just like how
So.
they got rid of the small pop and shop business and corporate took
Hmm.
over.
Hmm.
And that means if you have a channel, if you don't use your channel, or you're a subscriber to people's channels, they're only gonna let the big leagues and the big leagues talking to each other. We're not gonna be able to talk to the big leagues, and the big leagues won't be able to talk to us. That's just like corporate. Because if you
Well,
look at certain TV shows, Channel 13 had the most educated shows, but it wasn't getting that much money compared to 11 or 7 or 4, in most cases 2 back in the days. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm talking about New York channels. Every
Yeah, I
channel is
know. I
different in
know.
different
I
states.
know. I know.
So with YouTubers, smaller YouTubers like myself, others, I don't see us on here 2025 unless we over 50,000 subscribers. I'm gonna be honest with you. YouTube is
So
gonna get rid of the small channels, even though the small channels have more. It's more avert than the bigger channels. It's just what it
mhm,
is, business wise.
mhm. Well, like that's what I'm saying. Like how they make their money by us watching their ads, right?
Yeah, they make
That,
more money
that
than the smaller YouTubers do.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we have to like watch their ads and all that stuff. Like we have to like do you have to click on the ad to get money, or do you just watch it? I don't know how that works.
You watch the whole thing. If it goes through, they get more. If you skip it, they get a little portion of it. The thing
Okay.
is, the bigger YouTuber still gonna get more money than a smaller
Okay.
YouTuber. It's
Well,
just like a
so
small pocket shop.
yeah.
You're gonna walk to. If you let's say you want to get a Adidas, I may have the best Adidas shirt, and I
Mm-hmm.
might have to charge a little bit more. Yet
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna go to Walmart because it's a big corporation. They got more to offer. You're gonna
And it's
take their cheap
cheaper.
labor.
And it's cheaper. And it's cheaper.
Yeah. So
It's cheaper. It's just like I like to get the Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap.
mhm.
So I used to go to this mom and pop, this black owned mom and pop shop and get it. But the mom and pop shop soap was going for $20.
Mhm.
Whole Foods, Walmart, they have it for 12. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they have it for 12. So I'm like, yo, I'm saving $8 a month. That's what, $96 a year. That's
They
almost
don't put
$100
no
a year I'm
effort.
saving.
The thing though is, I'm not saying all large YouTubers,
Hmm.
yet a lot of them don't have to put in effort. Just look at the situation with Antoine Daniels. He made a bag. He made a bag. Whether a smaller YouTuber came in or unknown names came in to debate him, he made a bag.
Yeah.
Whether
But
if
but
you do a debate
uh
with people on your channel, you barely gonna get by.
yeah, but with that though, it's like that's mostly with donations. Like how long is that gonna last? Because if the economy is gonna take a turn for the worse, like we
I,
think it is.
I just think, just like I said before, I gave you an estimate. Larger YouTubers don't have regular people donating to them. I'll be honest with you.
Hmm.
The smaller YouTube channels have regular people watch their channel because they can relate to them more.
Hmm.
But when you get big, you got sponsors, you got unknown sponsors, known sponsors,
Hmm.
and their circle is the high figure salary. Ain't no regular person watching their channel.
Right, but there's only so much money that can go around. You see what I'm saying? Like, so what I think is gonna happen is, and
Go
I said
ahead.
this, I was talking to CEO, but this was like in 2019, 2020. I was saying that the smaller YouTube channels are gonna be limited into what they can do. Like, for example, you gotta have, 10,000 subscribers to go live. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
Hmm.
I think that's what's gonna happen. I think like you're gonna have to have. You said what, 50,000?
I
You
say
said
50,000 to be honest.
yeah. So maybe you're gonna have to have 50,000 subs to be able to go live. 3 times a week or something like that. Whereas if you have like me, I got 400. I probably won't
Hmm.
even be. I probably won't be able to go live at all because they're not making any money off of me because I guess I only have 400 subs.
Hmm.
And I do a lot of this stuff as a hobby. So they're probably like, dude, you can't be wasting our bandwidth. You can't be wasting that. So we're gonna give it to this person that's gonna be able to have ads on his channel and get super chats. Because I get like I think like what 30% of the super chats that you guys get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what I think is gonna happen, and you're gonna have a lot more people who were in the industry. I'm already doing it now.
I've
They're gonna
been
come
telling
over
y'all
and
that was
start making
coming.
channels.
I've been telling y'all what's
Yeah,
coming. I told that
yeah,
on this platform in 2018.
yeah. They're already doing it now, and I mean that makes sense though. It makes sense. Why not come over here? You can get 100, 200,000 subs easy. Get assets on your channel. Even law enforcement's doing it when they show the body cams.
Oh yeah. The police channels.
Yeah,
Yep,
the
yep.
police channels. Yeah, they're doing that shit now. Man, I'm my bad. They're doing that now, and they're probably making good money because those police videos get a lot of views.
You're breaking up now.
Can you
Your
hear me
headset.
now?
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear
Okay.
you better.
Okay. So what I was saying was like those police channels, they're gonna always have like content because you don't know what's going. When you get a call as a police officer, you don't know what's gonna happen. So they're gonna
Yeah.
always have content, and I watch it, dude, and they're getting a lot of views. I'm talking about 50,000 to 100,000 views.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, man. You might have to, you might have to compete, and it's like, how do you compete against somebody who was in the industry and know people? You see what I'm saying? Like, how do you compete with that?
You cannot compete with it. That's what I'm saying. When they had that meeting 2, 3 years ago with the larger YouTubers, that's part of the deal they made to cut the smaller out. Now there's a few large channels, for the most part, that help smaller YouTubers to get to where they at and to get some gain and notoriety. Them days are over, man. Them days are over where larger platforms is giving smaller YouTubers a chance. You know, that's why I said 2025, I may not be on this platform. You might not be on this platform, like you stated, with certain things going on.
Yeah.
Our days
I
is
mean,
coming to an end.
but what was I gonna say? I just think that you gotta like just compete, man. You're gonna have to compete. And that's just what it is. Even if you
Mhm.
gotta come together, even if you have to like come together with other smaller YouTubers and maybe like see, I don't know how the monetization works. So I was thinking like come together and then have like one channel when all of y'all are on it and just
Mhm.
divide the money that you get. I mean, maybe if you can probably do something like that, like you're just gonna have to compete, man, because anybody can make a channel now. I'm saying
Yeah.
anybody can make a channel, and like, and some of these people who make these channels, they do interesting stuff. Like this one dude I was watching, he's a cook at a diner. So he
Mhm.
puts he has like a camera, he puts it on his head, and you can
Yeah.
like watch him, and you can just watch him cook the food, right? Watch him cook food and stuff. Like
You're
watch
breaking
him
up
as
again.
damn, my
Your thing's
bad. Can you hear me
static.
now? What
Yeah, I
about
hear
now?
you.
Okay.
Better.
So so you can like sit and watch him work like while he's working at a diner, cooking food
Mhm.
and stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people out there that have interesting channels and they have interesting content. And if we're just sitting here thinking that we're gonna get top dollar just by doing live streams and talking, I mean it's not gonna happen. Unless you're
Yeah.
talking about unless you have like the ultimate gift gab, it's gonna be hard for you to get your channel. It's gonna be hard for you to get your channel pumping. If
Yep.
that's
I
what you
do agree.
if that's what you want to do.
No, no, no. Videos and shorts is good, man. It's good. It's just that you have to have a larger kind of subscribe base for them to acknowledge that you're serious. They
Yeah,
give you some. I get some little bit of money. I'm not going to say I get a lot.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's something. It just take a little bit longer. It's just that the larger YouTubers know this to be the truth. It's just like any big business. The biggest mistake American people made was going to the larger corporation, and look. It has not done good for us. It hasn't.
yeah,
And the reason why Florida is doing so well is because you still got what I used to see in New York. They're not kicking out the small businesses. I'll give you an example. Like you remember when we was coming up, you could do car washes without the car companies, and you could wash people's cars and make good money.
yeah.
I know people that do car washes and clean out the cars inside, making
Hmm.
100,000, 150,000 a year. You can't do that in New York, and you got to have all these licenses and pay all these taxes. What the heck? That
Hmm.
don't make sense.
Well,
So,
again, you got to,
uh,
but you got to understand though, like, because it's like that in Boston too. Um, you gotta understand though, they need to get it's expensive to live here, and then they need the tax money. They need the tax money. Because you gotta think a lot of people that live up here on not a lot, but there's many people that live up here that are on like public assistance and stuff like that too. So they need to get the money from somewhere, right?
That's another
Yeah,
thing, man.
they need to get the
It's
money
it's
somewhere,
becoming
so they're
it's
gonna get it.
becoming public assistance on YouTube too.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just saying,
oh
it's
yeah,
true.
oh yeah, yeah. They be showing there, like they show where they live and all that stuff. Yeah, I watch it. I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen
it's
this
good.
one. She drives trains. She's from Norway.
Okay.
Her name is Rail Cowgirl, and she drives trains all through Norway. And she literally puts her camera in front of the train
Hmm.
at the in front of the train and just drives it. And she's on. She does like live streams for like sometimes 24 hours, dude. Just showing Norway.
Oh,
Probably making a killing on top of her employment as a train conductor.
mm,
Yep. I know this.
interesting.
This other female. She has a Rottweiler and a Puma, a black. No, not a
Mhm.
Puma. I'm sorry, a Black Panther.
Yeah,
And they be in the woods like fighting and stuff. Like not like fighting like drawing blood, but like play fighting.
yeah. I know what
Like
channel you're talking about. Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, like the panther would climb up the tree and jump on the rock wall. Yeah, I'm like, how you gonna compete with that? Like how are you gonna compete with that?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. That's what it is, man. I mean, like I said, it is what it is, man.
So we both agree on one thing for sure. For certain things, that is
Mhm.
that you have to compete. The thing is, I'm just gonna do what I do. It is
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
Everybody has their time. I'm just glad a few people I got to know that has a large platform.
mhm.
They have to be ready to deal with like the entertainment because you got what's her face, the WNBA. She's making a killer based on fashion. Curvy and herself. What's her name from Chicago Sky? What's her face?
Talk about the rookie, Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
She's up there, man.
yeah. I was gonna
And
go
then
see her. I was gonna go actually
uh,
go see her play, but it's on a Friday. I was like, I don't feel like driving to Connecticut after work.
yeah,
I went to the game. Well, I went to the WNBA game.
yeah, I saw your video. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But and I think this is a good segue to the 3 job situation. Like when the dude did the video about
Hmm.
working 3 jobs, man. I mean, and and I don't think, and I'm not just saying you. I'm just speaking in general. Like, don't beat yourself up if you're not able to grow your YouTube channel or make like a decent income. Like, because not everybody's gonna make money off of YouTube. Which, like I said, it just is what it is. Like, they're not gonna make it. That's why you might want to put your energy into other things. May
Yeah,
not
of
be able to
course.
make money. Yeah, you may not be able to make money off of YouTube, but you could be a car mechanic and make money, fixing cars. You know what I'm saying? Like YouTube isn't the end all be all.
Yeah, well, you break it up a little bit. Your thing's
Damn.
really broken.
I told
I
you,
think
man. I mean,
you on your
I
phone or you on your computer.
no, no, I'm on my laptop, and I bought this headset like 2 years ago. You hear me
What if
now?
you take off? What if you take off your headset? I probably could still hear you.
No, I think it's just the it's I don't know if it's the actual it's the headset with a mic on it, right? This thing cost me over $100. When I'm on my PlayStation, I have no issues with it. I only have issues with it when I'm on a laptop. Now my son
Yeah.
has a mic. My son has a mic, but he's doing something in his room right now. He's using it because if
Okay.
anything, if anything, I would just steal his mic and use it. But he's using it right now. So when I come back, I'm actually going to Jamaica Monday.
Okay. Cool. That's what's
Yep.
up. That's what's
Yes.
up.
Yeah, so when I come back, I'm gonna get a real mic. So
Oh,
I'm getting
yeah.
tired of this too.
Congratulations on y'all getting your dual citizenship, man. For real.
Oh,
That's a
yeah,
big
yeah,
accomplishment, man.
yeah. I
So
finally
now
get it. Long
you
time.
gonna be using that going to Jamaica.
Yep. Yep.
Get that joker stamp. Oh
Yep.
snap, man.
Yep. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So he was talking about working 3 jobs, and sometimes you have to, man. Like I had to at one time.
Mhm.
I had to work 3 jobs because, again, where I live is expensive.
Mhm.
Um, the prices were especially like with food. I would say like food and utilities, the prices were going, they were increasing.
Yeah.
Um, and I have a kid I have to take care of, and
Yep.
it's a certain lifestyle that I want to live. So, it took me 3 jobs to maintain it at one time.
Right.
You know, um, I didn't take my high school years as seriously as I should have.
Right.
Um, and because of that, I'm paying for it now. I'm paying for it now, but I gotta do what I gotta do. If I want to live, like I said, if I want to live a certain lifestyle, I want to make sure my kids taken care of. I want to make sure I keep this roof over my head, keep the lights on, the Wi-Fi, gas. I'm gonna do what I have to do, legally, of course. So
Yeah.
at that time, I had to work. I had to work 3 jobs. I had to do it,
Yeah.
and I did it for man, I did it for like what, 8 years, 7, 8 years.
That's a long time. Ooh.
Yeah. No, no, I'm sorry. Like 5 to 6. I'm sorry. I did it like 5, 6 years.
Still kind of a long time. Okay.
Yeah,
You
but I got
you put
but
in a lot of work.
you get used to it. Like I got used to it. Like my
Yeah.
body, my body, my body got used to it. So it was just like it
Especially up there
became
in Massachusetts. Ooh, man, them stormy
yeah,
weather, snowing and all that.
yeah,
God,
yeah,
geez.
yeah. And you have to like my job, you have to go in any type of weather. It doesn't matter how bad it is, like you have to go to work.
Yeah.
So um yeah, I did what I had to do, man. I just
Let
stayed
me
on the
ask you
grind. I had to do. Go
let
ahead.
me ask you this though.
Mhm.
What smaller channels you see from your observation
Mhm.
could get to the 50,000? Because like I stated, just like with work situation, I'm gonna say this to y'all for those who's working at the sites too. Me and Don just this. Oh, Don, look in Orlando, Florida, see what's the rate. I know it's about 35, 30, about 25, maybe 20 an hour. Look at Orlando, Florida, see what they say.
Orlando. What county is Orlando in?
God done it. I gotta give you the
Well,
name.
I'll
Hold
I'll
on a
I'll
second.
just I'll just I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Go ahead and keep
Yeah.
talking. I'll look it up.
Okay, so everybody, I was just telling Don for those who's tuning in, Tampa, Busted Free, and everybody, if you have a YouTube account, whether you have a channel or not,
Orange County.
according to my peoples, they are going to only deal with people that have 50,000 or more subscribers. And if you don't have 50,000 subscribers as a content creator, you will no longer have a YouTube channel. Okay. Now with the subscriber thing, you might have to pay to watch people's channels. That's 50,000 or more. Just like any industry, when they get rid of the small, who they get rid of first? The small before they get rid of the big. So even with your income, if you are making less than 100,000 next year, you're not going to even be in the system, honestly, and you're going to pay triple harder the taxes than a person that's making more than 100,000. They're about to flip it. It doesn't
Yo,
matter who be in office. It doesn't matter who's in office. It's already in the book of the 2025 project. Go ahead, Don.
So I have it when you're ready. Okay. So Orlando, Florida is in Orange County.
Yeah,
Um, so you with no children, 24.11, $24.11.
that was correct. Okay. Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. But I don't think they're gonna get rid of the small channels. It's just gonna be harder for the small channels to make the money off of this. That's what I think. I
Why
don't
you
think they're
don't
gonna.
think YouTube will do it? Why you don't think YouTube do it? They're showing it through certain. They're doing it through certain buttons
Um,
already.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess they're doing it like they're making like they're getting stricter by the minute. You can even be held accountable for what somebody says in your chat. Now I heard.
Yep.
So yeah, they're making things stricter, but I don't think they're gonna outright just get rid of the small channels. It's just gonna be harder for you to make bread.
Why would they not get rid of them if they got more celebrities who are not making money on TV
Uh
and
huh.
these contests no more? People are not going out because they don't have them. The regular people don't have the money. Let's just keep
Yeah.
it real. The regular people don't have the money. That's why I was saying to you earlier. Most of the larger YouTubers have an in club of people that's making six figures or more, so they could throw away a little bit here and there to their supporters.
I mean, but the whole
The
six-figure
smaller
thing. I
channels
mean,
don't have that. The smaller the channels don't
yeah.
have those connections to those
But
people.
but but the whole like I know you were talking earlier about Kevin Samuels and the six-figure high value man his high value man opinion. But the majority of people don't make six figures though. Like the vast majority of people don't make six figures. I think in the United States, I think it's like what maybe 10%
Yeah,
of the working
correct.
of the working population makes six figures or more. So it's
Hmm.
like the majority don't. And again, like I was saying, it just depends on where you live, man. I mean, it depends on where you live. It depends on the wage, the type of job you're working, of course, and it also depends on your lifestyle. You know, what I mean? Like if I would have changed my lifestyle up,
Hmm.
I probably wouldn't have had to work three jobs. But however, there was a certain type of lifestyle that I like to live. So, I had to do what I had to do to maintain it. And that was working three jobs because like I didn't take my high school education as seriously as I should. So it kind of messed me up when I tried to apply for college and stuff like that. I don't really like school, to be honest with you. I don't really like it. But
Yeah.
up here, here like the bastion of education here, you kind of need to have a degree or certifications and things to make a decent income. Okay,
Hmm.
so I don't like school, but I have to go and I have to finish it.
Right.
But what I
Absolutely. Yeah.
but what I'm saying is, if I would have tweaked my lifestyle a little bit, I might have not had to work those three jobs. It wasn't like if I wasn't. It wasn't basically what I'm saying was it's not. It wasn't like if I don't work those three jobs, I won't be able to put food on the table, or I won't be able to pay my rent, or my lights were cut off, or the gas were cut off. It wasn't that. It
Hmm.
was it was if I don't work these three jobs, I won't be able to take this vacation. If I don't work these three jobs, I won't be able to. My son goes to a private school. I won't be able to pay for the private school. Stuff like that.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, I was like living check to check per se. It wasn't like, if I don't work these three jobs, I won't be able to pay my rent and my mortgage.
Let me give you an example. Look at some of the rappers that was underground.
Yeah.
They didn't make it to mainstream. Nobody knew who they were.
Mm-hmm.
So they were stuck. That's the same thing with smaller YouTube channels or people that's making lower than the minimum wage.
Yeah.
You're not going you're just going to be in trouble. It's no getting around it. So
Excuse me.
so my thing is for smaller YouTube channels, I just think you should stay off the beef. I mean, you may make a few dollars,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not getting no large donations. You might have maybe one or two,
Mm-hmm.
that is consistent will send you large donations. But for the most part,
Yeah.
you can't compete with these larger YouTubers, man. They don't have to get support and still make 30 dime. They don't have to get a super chat at all. Just by the views alone, they make about 40, 50,000 a month.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're making with the AdSense that they're making good money. Like they don't. Yeah, you're right. They don't have to.
So the smaller
They don't have
YouTube
to get super
channels,
chat. Mhm.
so when the super chat came to me, it's for everybody. Yet the smaller YouTube channels need it more because they're not. You can't compete with the larger YouTubers. They don't have to
Yeah,
talk for weeks. You're
yeah,
a smaller YouTuber. You working more hours.
yeah,
Just like if you making minimum wage, you have to work 3 places. You have to work more hours to compete.
yeah, yeah. Look
So
at the
that's what I'm saying.
but
It's just what it is.
but look at the content the bigger YouTubers are putting out there. Look at the content that they're producing.
Yeah, they're producing good content, or they don't
Yeah,
have they don't have to put in as much effort as they used to because
right,
the numbers don't lie.
right. And then some of those larger YouTubers like worked really hard to get what they were. It didn't happen overnight. I think another issue is like some of these YouTubers think that they're gonna like blow up overnight. It doesn't work that
That's
way.
true. No, it
Like
don't work that way. I agree with that.
there's this one YouTuber. He made the van life channels. He's in the van life sector. So
Hmm.
he started making videos about living in a van. And then one video he made, like he cooked breakfast in the van or whatever. He and it blew up. And ever since then, like he upgraded his lifestyle. Got like a truck. He got like a camper. He travels all over the country. He travels all over the world. He does like meetups. He does meetups everywhere he goes. It's like he blew up off of that one video, but he puts out good content. He puts out good and interesting content.
Yeah.
And he worked hard. He worked hard at his craft, which is making YouTube videos. There's
Hmm.
people here that don't work hard. They just don't, and they're gonna get their channel's gonna blow up. They're gonna get all these donations. It doesn't work like that.
No, it
And
don't.
like
It
you
don't. It
and
definitely
like you
don't.
said, the way the economy is going, it's like, bro, I'm not gonna be giving you a $5 super chat. I'm gonna use that for me. I'm gonna keep that $5. That's a loaf of bread. That's a loaf of bread and some bologna.
I hear you. I hear you, man.
Yep. Yep.
So you said what you're saying is, in retrospect, the smaller YouTube channels is going to suffer more than the large YouTube channels. Are you on
Uh,
record saying that?
so no, I think I believe the smaller channels will suffer more, but I also believe the larger channels are going to suffer as well, because if people are not going to have money to buy these products that they're advertising, then how are the advertisers going to pay these YouTubers to advertise on their channel, to show
Mm.
their commercials on their channel? So I think everybody's going to suffer, but yeah, the smaller YouTubers who bank on getting donations, like they use the donations as a supplement to they use it to supplement their income. Yeah, they're gonna suffer. Because
I
because
agree
I'll
with
be I'll
that.
be I'll be I'll be honest with you. I'll be
I
honest with
agree
you,
with
man.
that.
I know you guys know about the super chat I gave, the bounty and stuff I gave Reg and stuff last week. I know y'all know about that. But I'm gonna be I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I mean, you got the Undertaker, right? You know who the Undertaker is, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you have the Undertaker. He has a channel on YouTube right now, and mind you, he's been in the wrestling business as the Undertaker for like what 30 years,
Hmm.
and he never really talked. Like he never really did interviews. He never really talked like that. He always stayed in character. It seemed like. So now that he's retired, he can finally share all the experience he's had, share all his stories. His Patreon, his Patreon is $10 a month. This is the
Hmm.
Undertaker. His Patreon is only $10 a month. You have YouTubers who don't have half the stories that he has, a quarter of the stories. They want more than $10 for their Patreon.
Hey,
Nah, man. Nah, man. No. If I'm gonna pay $10, I'm paying $10 for the Undertaker. I want to hear his stories.
no, that's true. No,
I want
yeah,
to hear his stories.
it's gonna
Like
be more interesting. I
I'm not
agree.
trying to. Yeah, I'm not trying to hear what you because all you're gonna basically do on Patreon is just say the same stuff. You're probably gonna be un uncensored, but it's still the same stuff that you would say on YouTube. So nah,
Mm.
I'm gonna give it to the Undertaker, or I'm gonna give my money to Netflix. And Netflix has like tons of content. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's
Disney,
right.
Disney Plus,
That is
Hulu.
guys. So,
I'm saying
okay, so that's true.
Amazon Prime.
No, that's true. That's true. I would say this though, man. He's right though, man. You have me rolling with that, but that's true, man. What you have to say about so I would say this because I said it on record. Most smaller YouTubers gonna have people that's gonna watch. They ain't gonna support. It is what it is. You can't force people to support. So this is what I'm gonna say. That's gonna happen. Whether you work a 9 to 5 or you're on YouTube and you barely get by, I'm gonna say this. That 2025, I read some of the pages, bro. It's like you have to, like Don said, get out of this small thing, and you got to get around people that's successful. It's no way
Mhm.
you want to be average in 2025, especially if you're in high debt. Whew.
But what what do you feel is average and what do you feel is success? Like what do you deem as successful? Because I think success is different for everybody.
Right now, if you in the Northeast,
Mm-hmm.
me personally, as a so-called black man being in the Northeast,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the place for you unless you're going to be guaranteed to make 50. I would say this: if you are dependent on wages, you better make at least 40 or more an hour to survive. Because
40 or
remember,
more an
you wait
hour.
every week, every 2 weeks for a check. Do you know what they're going to pull up their sleeves next year? They barely could bring food into America right now
Mm-mm.
because we depending on China and other countries to bring our services and good. When they
Mm-hmm.
people are tired of being paid $5 a month, they don't want to serve America no more to feed our um non-GMO foods. I mean GMO foods. They ain't. It's another thing. Let's talk about that. Food sucks in the Northeast. I'm sorry, it sucks compared to where I be in Florida. I'm sorry, the Northeast in general, the food sucks.
You have a
It's
lot of
so
variety.
bad.
You
It
have a lot
don't
of
matter.
variety.
Nah, it's bad, bro. It's bad because I was losing more weight in Florida, but when I was in Arizona, in New Mexico, it was not too much. It was not too much GMO. But that Northeast, all that bad air last year, man, bro, it's nothing growing good here. I barely seen. I seen obese people or people like with me with a stomach. But when I came back to the Northeast, I was like, what the hell?
Well,
These
I mean,
20-year-olds, 30 years old.
you was in New York. You went back to New York, right? And
Yeah,
why?
recently. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but come on, man. You gotta think, dude. You got food on like every corner in
But it's not
NYC.
real food though. It's
And,
not real
and
food.
the food is not expensive for the most part. The food in New York City isn't expensive. You see what I'm saying?
It's
It's
not.
not expensive. Like when I go to New York, I don't even think about the food. I don't even think about like budgeting for food. It's like, I can go. There's so many places I can go to and get like food for like decent prices.
Don. It's like you smoking or sniffing that. You know what? It's just that's how the food is
Well,
right now.
No, I'm telling you, dude.
It's on steroids, man.
But what I'm saying, Rollo, is there's food everywhere in New York. Like you can't walk out your house and not run into a spot that you can get something to eat. I'm talking about fast food chains. I'm talking about delis. Just the delis, just the delis by itself, dude. Them sandwiches, them big ass sandwiches will last you. You can eat one. You can eat half for breakfast and half for lunch. Like I went to Aki
Yeah.
in Brooklyn. Dude, that sandwich
Mhm.
is big as hell.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
paid. I mean, you're gonna pay like I think it's like what $20. But I'm
Hmm.
saying this sandwich is huge. I literally ate half. I ate half for lunch, and then I ate the other half for dinner. I like to eat. Food's important. Food's important to me. I love to eat. I ate half.
Yeah.
I I ate half for lunch, and I ate half for dinner. And mind you, I was sitting at the. I went because I was walking on Fulton Street. It's a Fulton
Hmm.
Street or Fulton Ave in Brooklyn, Fulton Street. And I sat
Hmm.
down because I wanted to just sit down and eat. This lady sat down next to me. She was like, "Yo, where you get that from?" I was like, I told her where I got it from. She was like, "Damn, that shit look good." My bad. She's like, "It looks good." I'm like, "Yeah, delicious."
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it was like $20. So basically, $10 for breakfast. I mean, $10 for lunch, $10 for dinner. So that's probably why we're so huge here because there's food everywhere. Like even where I live, I can walk outside. I can get Chinese food. I can get Italian. I can get Irish, Portuguese, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Peruvian, Haitian, Jamaican, Mexican. Like I can walk to each of these spots and get that.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's just that we too occupied. It's not. It's just that they want to keep us occupied. And for me personally, when you're away from the city, you're away from the hustle and bustle.
Mhm.
Your life extends a lot
And,
more,
and let me
and
say
you
this
can
real
get
quick
more
before
things
you
done.
let me say this real quick before you continue. And then when you working, this is about going back to the 3 jobs. And then when you're working 3 jobs, you ain't really trying to cook like that when you get home, right? So you just trying to go to the local spot, get you a nice plate for like what? Well, now it's more expensive, but I can go to the Jamaican spot and get like a large curry goat, and that's the curry goat, that's the cabbage and the rice and peas. I'm probably gonna pay maybe like $20 right now.
Hmm.
However, that'll last me. Like I said, that will last me. Well, not me because I'm greedy, but that would last the average person for the whole day. They can eat off that. They can eat off that for lunch and for dinner.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you on the grind, you're not really trying to cook. Like it's kind of hard because when you go home, you just want to relax. You're not trying to like cook like that. So
Yeah.
you go to these fast food places, and that's what you do. You just eat, and that's another reason why I actually lost 20 pounds. I lost 25 pounds because I saw myself getting huge, and I was like, yo, I gotta stop this. Not just for health reasons, basically. So
Hmm.
I saw myself gaining a lot of weight because that's what I would do. I would get off work, I would go to these spots. Like I said, there's a spot everywhere. There's food everywhere. I would go and just eat that instead of cooking at home. So now I cook more at home. My bad. I didn't mean to go on a tangent. I just popped in my head when you were talking about the food. Go ahead.
Yeah. So to everybody, man, this is a good conversation, and I love having a conversation with Don about this because y'all remember a lot of things I be saying. It's not because I want it to happen. It's because, like the scriptures say, my hands are clean at the end of the day, and I'm paying attention to the whereabouts in this country, and you have to figure out ways to keep yourself afloat. They're not going to help you no more. Them days of them giving you incentives and because they bring in people from other countries. That's an add-on problem, and it's all about design. Come on now, it's all about design. And if you're a so-called black person, because I'm going to talk about the other cultures in a second. So-called black content creators. If you are over 50,000 subscribers, you good for now. But if you under 50,000 subscribers, it's a wrap. And another thing with the Project 2025, because social media is involved, Don Gordito, it's not just the working place. If you are non-black, they'll keep you around a little bit longer, but you best believe you're on a chopping block too. Basically, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter your culture. If you are not making the amount to survive, they're not going to help you. The public assistance, if you start noticing, all these things that women used to get and some men used to get, they're not going to help you no more because they don't have the funds.
Right, but what
And
about
you have other countries telling America what to do. Go ahead.
so what about maybe I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to do this because they love their independence and the independence, like being on their own. But what
You're
about if
breaking
more
up.
people? Damn it! What about now? Am I
I can
still
hear
breaking
you.
up? Okay.
No, you do.
All right. So what if they like? What if you just start seeing more people live together?
That's not going to work with people in America. How you Americans cannot get along with each other past 5 minutes?
I mean, yeah, but if it's gonna be this bad, if it's gonna be that bad, maybe they're gonna have to make it work.
No, they're not going to get along with each other.
Uh,
If you see, if even YouTubers can't get along with each other, how the heck you expect people off of the internet that you're working with or you dealing with? You don't even want to see your woman every day because of what's going on. Your woman don't want to see you every day because of what's going on.
yeah, but I don't know,
It's a
man.
regular fact, man. There's a lot of house. There's a lot of houses. There's a lot of people tired of, bro. When I was coming up,
hmm
when we was coming up, we had ladies. We barely seen our woman. She was more into us because of the times we in. Men are more in the house now than ever before because they can't go out and have a good time because they think about what you just said. You're not going to spend money because you don't know if you're going to get that next dollar. There's a lot of fear, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fear in America. Let's not play this game. People
No,
are
no,
in fear, and
yeah, no.
that's evil, man. When you in fear,
Mhm.
you in trouble.
No, what I was saying is that I'm not going to spend my money on like these, mediocre content creators. I'm going to.
No, I know that.
I'm going
Look,
to spend
I
my
know
money
that.
on a
Listen, what
proven
I'm saying.
product.
I'm not right. I know. I know. This is what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just saying. People are in fear
Mm.
of spending. People are in fear of going places. They already put the fear in a lot of people in America. So when you answer us being in the same house, somebody gonna die. No, Lord forbid, somebody gonna hurt each other. It's a lot of that going on, man.
Well, I
In
mean,
other countries,
mm,
it's more people know how to get along with each other because they haven't got to that situation of making serious money.
yeah. But I mean,
This place, man, make you go crazy when you lose something.
I think a lot of people go because wherever I go, I see a lot of people. Like I was at the SWV concert last night, SWV and Escape, and it was a
Oh
good.
yeah,
It was
you
a
was
good.
at the front, as always, doing
Yeah,
your thing.
yeah. It was a good. It was a good. It was a good. Yeah, I like sitting in the front for some reason, man. I like it. There was a good crowd there last night. So I don't know, man. I think people still spending money because again, there's a certain lifestyle that people want to live, and I think what's going to happen is that they're going to figure out the hard way that they can't afford that lifestyle.
I saw
You
more
know,
women. You had some fine women up in the front, man. I was like, I know Don Carter got. Hey, I had to get a number or two on that goddamn joke.
yeah, I was tired, man. I'm old now. I can't hang like how I used. I can't hang like I used to. So I was ready to go. Once the concert was over, I was ready to go home.
You ain't want to talk to no ladies then?
Nope. No, I was ready. I was with my brother. I was with my brother actually, and then we just went to get something to eat. We went to get something to eat. See what I'm saying? Went to get some Chinese food, and then went home.
You ain't want to get them 40-year-old sisters?
I was looking. I was looking. Don't get me wrong, because you know I love the Dago. So I was looking. But I was like, nah. I was like, let's get out of here, man. I was like, let's get out of here. Then we went to get some Chinese food, chopped it up for a little bit, and I went home.
SWV still looking fine, man, for their age, man.
Yeah, they did their thing. See, I went to because I really liked SW. I really like SWV, so I really went to go see them. But Escape was cool too.
Yeah, Escape, yeah, they cool.
And then Total was there. Total was cool. I didn't.
Ain't one of them died? Or two of them died from Total.
Yeah, it was just one. It was just one of them passed away. Two of them are still. Yeah. And then 702 was there too, but I didn't get to see them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I still see people. I mean, like I said, I still see people out here enjoying themselves, man. I think like I said, I think it's gonna be the fact that they're gonna have like a rude awakening about their lifestyle. They're gonna have to make hard choices when it comes to that. I think that's gonna be like a huge situation.
Ain't nobody going to no club, so concerts is still doing pretty good. Nobody going to no club.
Yeah, I haven't been in a club in a minute.
Nobody's linking up with each other, man, because it's everybody. Like I said, they put in fear. They put in fear, and the people in America is in fear, man. And with this election too, the stuff I've been hearing, I don't want to talk about it on here. Woo.
Yeah.
I say that for Rumble because you can't talk about certain things on YouTube.
Yeah. You don't think most people are yo, did you can you mod me real quick so I can put that living wage calculator link in the chat?
Let me make you a mod. Hold on a second. How do I do that? Hold on a second. I have to come back in the thing. Hold on 1 second. I'll be back. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, you breaking up.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So I'll put it in there. I'll put you as a mod.
Cool. Let me just do this real quick on this so they can check it, so everybody can check it out. There you go. Paste that. Nah. Okay. Yep. There it goes. There it goes. Yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see.
Yeah. To me, man. To me, like you said, man, because you bringing some good points.
Mm-hmm.
When you're not where they at, you're gonna have to do more. And it gets to a point in your life that it's not that you don't want to do more. And it's an old thing. The more you do, the less you receive. I do believe that.
Yeah.
The less you do, the more you receive.
Yeah.
And see, everybody's focusing on the elites. They don't have to do anything. We're doing everything for them.
But see, and that's a part of the problem. But that's a part of the problem, though, is the fact that, and I know social media has something to do with it too. But this was before social media, because you remember Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. You remember that show, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that show, and then they had like People's Magazine and all that stuff. It's like we keep looking at these people who are, like you said, quote unquote elite or quote unquote rich, and we want to live that type of lifestyle. But it's like you don't have to live that type of lifestyle to have a good life. And that's what a lot of people are not understanding. Can you hear
The
me?
thing though, yeah, that's true.
Like,
The thing though,
the thing with Kevin Samuels with the six figures, it's like the reality is most people are not going to make us average a six figure salary. I mean, that's just a reality. Because you got to think, if most people earn six figures, that's not going to be enough either, because then you're going to have people earning seven figures a year in their job. So it's never going to be enough. So that's why maybe some people have to be content in what they have and be thankful for what they have. Because yeah, you may not be where you are now, but it can also be much worse than what you're. It could be much worse than what you're doing.
now this is another good question I have for you.
Hmm.
Should somebody, because it seems like it's people that barely getting by having more kids than people that's doing well. People
Yeah,
are doing well are more picky. I'm gonna say this because they have their reason. People
because I
that's
can tell
doing
you,
well
I can tell
ain't
you,
gonna have any woman pregnant.
I can tell you as somebody who has a child, right, and who's not on any public assistance. And I come from public assistance because I was raised by a single parent, and my mom did the best that she can do, but we were on public assistance, right?
Hmm.
So I'm telling you, as someone who is not on public assistance, who's raising a child, I'm raising a child, I'm raising my son, our son, my ex. Children are expensive, okay?
Hmm.
Children cost a lot of money. I'm talking about, dude, this dude's feet. It's like I remember him. I remember going to like a Foot Locker or not even a Foot Locker, like a Walmart, and buying like kid size sneakers, right? You would buy
Hmm.
kid size sneakers at that time, I would say maybe 50, $60
Hmm.
for a pair of kid sneakers.
Yep.
Dog, he wears a size 11 now, right? So I wear a size 12. He wears a size 11. So if I if I have to buy sneakers, I have to go to the adult section, and those sneakers are going for $100, $200.
Yep. They are. Yep.
He eats as much as I do, and again, like I said, I love food.
Yeah.
He loves food too. He eats as much as I do, so I got to spend extra on food. Um, uh,
He
uh,
got that from you. Yeah.
well, not 'cause he's a teenager. Teenagers are growing, so they like to eat. That's one
Yeah.
of the things they like to do. He his extracurricular activities, you got to pay for that.
Yep.
On top of schooling, on top of
Yep.
clothing, on top of uh, um, entertainment, like if you want to go to the movies or if you want to go on vacation,
Shoot.
like
You
that,
talking about
like
movies? Movies is like it's like you gonna be paying rent.
yo, movies. That's what I'm saying. That's why. So do you go to AMC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the AMC Stubbs A. I'm a member because
Yep.
it's like you're paying, like, especially in the Northeast, you're paying like damn near $30 to go to the, that's just for the movie. And then if you want to get snacks, you want to get
Yep.
snacks. Yo, so I went to go see Deadpool Thursday, right?
I ain't pay for no snacks. I said bump that. I just
Okay,
paid my
right, no,
$18
no,
ticket
no,
and
but check this out.
cut my
Check this out
losses.
though. Check this out though. Check this out though. I went up because I do like to get the popcorn and stuff sometimes, and then my son was hungry, so
Hmm.
they have meals now, right? They have, like, sliders, they have hot dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Two,
Yeah.
two hot dogs and a drink is running $30. Two hot
What?
dogs and a drink, $30. I was like, what?
$30. Oh heck no.
Yeah, man. It was like $20. It was like 27 and some change. I'm like, you guys are crazy. I can buy, you know how many packs of hot dogs I can buy for $30?
Yeah, that's a lot. You
How
could buy
many
a
packs
few. Yeah.
of hot dogs and buns for $30? I was like, what? But that's just the way things are now. You know what I'm saying? That's the way things are now, especially like I said, depending on where you live. But what I'm saying is, just like with going on vacation, I gotta think of, I gotta go think about him. Like I want to bring him with me, so it's gonna be more money. So, you know, when you going back to your point, when you were saying people who are making, an average income or more, they think about that. They think about those things because children are expensive,
Mm-hmm.
right? Kids are expensive. And God forbid, thank God he doesn't have like any like major health issues. Imagine if you have health issues,
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
true.
Imagine if you have, like imagine if you have to work a lot and you need a babysitter. They're expensive,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Yep.
not
Yeah.
expensive, not expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree, man. I think that's why a lot of YouTubers are going crazy now because, like you said, even because that's work too. They got to get paid for their services, and the creativity, man. The creativity got to be like you said for real because you're dealing with people from other spaces, man, coming in heavy, man.
Yeah,
Like your Shannon Sharp, man. That dude, him and Joe Rogan's by far the best two entertainers right now in that space. Him and Joe Rogan.
yep. Cameron and Mace got a show.
Yeah, they use
Cameron,
my name. It is what it is. That used to be my old channel. They use my tag name, Jokers.
he said Joker. Cameron and Mace. Who else has one? Mark Jackson. Well, Mark Jackson, he's affiliated with Cameron and Mace. But Mark Jackson. I think Steven Jackson has one too, right? Steven Jackson.
Yeah, yeah.
We know Joe Budden. We
I
know
like Ticket TV though. Ticket TV's doing his thing.
that's Joe Budden.
No, Ticket TV.
I don't
So
know who
it's a
that is.
YouTuber named Ticket TV. He's into sports. He used to be a former athlete overseas.
Okay, okay.
He's making hella
Yeah.
cash, man. On Cash App because he read them out. He make us. He got NBA connects with Kwame Brown and them. So yeah, that's why I just told you if you got connects with people that they salary is by far none. It's
Mhm,
forever. I mean, it's like this, right?
mhm.
A larger YouTuber could shout you out. That doesn't mean you're gonna get support.
Yeah.
Like people shouting out people's channels is not guaranteed to get support. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I could shout
Yeah.
out a particular store I go to.
Mhm.
Is the people gonna go to the store support? Maybe, maybe not.
Depends. Well, so I was in Connecticut. Well, when I went to go see the WNBA game, I was in Connecticut, and so
Hmm.
Connecticut. I was always told that Connecticut is like the pizza capital of the world or whatever. So
Hmm.
I went to New Haven, and I went to the Little Italy section in New Haven, and
Hmm.
I remember those pizza shops being on YouTube, like YouTubers, like foodie YouTubers would visit those locations, right?
Hmm.
And I'm telling you right now, my right hand to God, dog, the every there was this there were like four pizza shops on the same street on Worcester Street in New
Hmm.
Haven. The lines were around the corner wrapped around the corner. One of them, called Little Rendezvous. That's not in New Haven. This dude gets so much business. He said he regrets having that YouTuber come to his restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's getting bit, like you can't if you want a pizza, you have to call like first thing in the morning because after that they won't accept your call because they're so busy. And he regrets it. I forgot who went there. I think Damn Drops and the dude who does the pizza reviews. I forgot his name. White dude.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name, but he was like the owner. The owner, he's saying on camera. The owner was like, "Yo, he regrets it." I mean, he's more explicit when he says it, but he regrets it because it's so busy. So having a YouTuber review your restaurant or shout you out, it can work sometimes.
If it's a larger YouTuber,
Yeah. If it's
ain't
a
no
large
smaller
YouTuber, it can work.
YouTubers got. Ain't no smaller YouTubers they because the smaller YouTube. Let me just say this because it's just true. The smaller YouTubers have your regular barbers. They come to chill, politic with you, see
Uh-huh.
what you're talking about, go through
Yeah.
the day, and that's it. The larger YouTubers could pull more of the successful people. It's not
Yeah.
to say that successful people don't watch smaller YouTubers. Just think about certain like Guru. Guru was a good rapper, but guess who stole from him? Biggie, Pac,
Mm-hmm.
mainstream, used his talking points
Mm-hmm.
and capitalized off of him. They didn't give him no money. Like,
No.
look at my talking points. I tell you this right now, Don.
Mm-hmm.
Certain people using Liberace's right now. Candace Owens,
Mm-hmm.
Tariq Nasheed. They
Mm-hmm.
using my talking points and they making capitalize off of
Yeah.
my word.
Tariq Nasheed actually stole some artwork from a YouTuber named Pinhead Blackston.
Yep.
He actually stole. That's not funny, but it's like, man, it was blatant too. He actually stole it from him, and then Pinhead, all he wanted was a shout out, right? Just say, "Hey, I got this from Pinhead Blackston." And he didn't even do that.
No, they ain't gonna do that.
Nope.
The larger YouTubers, for the most part, they making capitalizing off of smaller YouTubers.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe a lot of them do
That's
that.
why I don't use. That's why I don't be creative. Why you think I stopped being Don? Why you think I stopped being creative? Because when I used to go over by Regis thing, I'm the one who talked about the shutdown 2020. Nobody else was talking about it.
Mhm.
And nobody say, yo, Rollo, man, I remember you saying you did talk about that.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So I stopped
Mhm.
talking about certain things because you don't get no points for it. You don't get nothing for it. People have people forget in this country. They have what you call it. What's the thing they call it?
ADHD.
Attention span. Yeah, it's a problem here.
Mhm.
I had Shannon Sharp saying you don't say when you used to be on Skip. That's my talking point. Or when I used to, big up the Dashing crew, the Uber Eats. Then you had major hitters like Shannon Sharp, Skip used to talk about Uber Eats, DoorDash. That's when I was in my high peak of doing DoorDash. They was watching my channel. You capitalize off my words. But Undertaker, he said something I used to say, but it's like it is what it is. They're gonna go to them because they got more for I.
Mhm. But
And see, another thing I learned is
why didn't you do more like DoorDash videos since especially in
nah,
NYC?
man. I'm
Why didn't
not
you do
driving.
that?
I don't have my own vehicle right now. If I have my
I'm
own
not
vehicle,
I'm
I'll
not,
do
I'm
it.
not I'm not talking about now. I'm saying when you're doing it, why didn't you do the DoorDash when you were in NYC?
Man, that's a good question. That's a good point, man.
Yeah.
I could have did
That's
uploads. I did uploads, but I put it in whatchamacallit in Patreon or paywall. And the reason for that is because people will view it, but they won't
Mhm.
comment. And I don't like
Mhm.
that. If I'm showing something effort,
Mhm.
and when I did it a few times and people didn't view it, like it was not getting that many views, I said, effort. I put it on paywall in Patreon. And I showed
Mhm.
some nice builders I was in. But people ain't want to support it. But you have other DoorDash and drivers that's doing very well to this day. I salute to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
just
mean, some
don't think
people
I
have
don't
been
think small channels don't get credit for showing economic opportunities. I put a lot of people on to making a lot of money in this space. A lot of people. And
Mhm.
they didn't return the favor with deceptions. There's deceptions. And that's why I stopped donating to their channel. That's why I stopped going to their channel.
Mhm.
Because once I see smaller YouTubers don't get it. Once we don't support each other, how you expect larger YouTubers to support us? You barely see larger YouTubers and smaller YouTubers channels nowadays.
Yeah.
When was the last time you seen a large YouTuber in smaller channels?
Well, that's because they have a brand and they can't mess up their brand. So, the smaller channels, like, I don't want to say anything goes, but you can get away with a lot more on a smaller channel than you can like on these larger channels. So they probably figured, they don't want to associate themselves with the smaller content creators because I can set the brand, you
Yeah.
know.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the people with the serious money ain't coming to help you no more. Them days are over, y'all. When you gonna get it? That goes for companies too. The days of people with serious money ain't coming to help you after 2024, no matter who's in office. It doesn't
But
matter.
but what is serious money to you though? Like what is serious money? Because I think it all depends, man.
Okay, let me just say this.
Okay.
If you're a single man, you
Mhm.
should at least be making 80,000 to 100,000 to start a year.
Come on, man. What are you talking about? I mean, I can see if you're in an expensive area,
If
but
you're a person that love, let me finish why I say that. If you're a brother of a brother or a non-black man that love to travel, because men love to travel,
okay.
we don't like to stay stagnant. Name me any man that want to stay stagnant.
I mean, most people don't travel, so
I ask you a question, Don. Name me men that want to stay stagnant. Because hell no, I don't like staying stagnant.
I I,
You
I
don't like
can't
staying stagnant.
I can't tell you names, but I know for the most part, people they stay in the areas that they were born in, like they stay in those areas. So
I'm not talking about them. The average person you come across, I come
hmm
across,
hmm
even if they're in the hood or not in the hood, if they was making more money, they will do what they need to do. They don't want to stay stuck. You think people on average want to stay stuck?
I
No,
mean,
man.
what
No.
like what I'm saying is, what do you think is see 80,000? I mean, no, man. I mean, you're the average the median income in this country. I want to say is it like 60,000? And it actually decreased though. It decreased. It decreased a couple of thousand. Like 80 to 100,000, dude. That's like I said, if you're living where I am or NYC or like LA, I can understand you saying that, but I mean that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot
Bro,
of money, man. That's a
Don,
lot of money.
Don, Don, I was
80,000,
making
bro.
10,000 a month in Florida, fam. I was doing my thing to that chick lied on me at the place I was working at, fam. Bro, I made more money in Florida than I ever made in New York, even with my business.
Okay. But what I'm saying is that's if you're a single person, that's good. That's good. That's a good start and that's good money.
Yeah, but a
Because-
lot of my
because-
motivation
because-
videos, I could still do that because I help a brother out. Of course, he did his part,
Mhm.
And he's making about 6,000 a month, which is not bad, man, to start. I mean, because the average man, whether he
Is
has
that is
kids or
that is that
not,
is that after
is not making that.
is that after taxes or before?
That's after taxes.
Okay. And he's childless. He doesn't have any children.
Yeah, he's childless. And then I
Yeah.
got another brother who has a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I know I had another brother who has a kid. He's making 9,000 a month after taxes.
Mm-hmm.
He took my footprint. I didn't
What do
ask
they
no
do?
money
What do
for
they
them.
do if you don't mind me asking? Like, what field are they in?
Hospitality, both doing hospitality.
Okay. 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 But I mean,
So
like I said, that's
hospitality, you can make a lot in Florida because a lot of people come to visit.
right for
And
vacation. Yeah.
and, and, and there's another guy. He does car wash things like the follow the cars and stuff. Oh my god,
Mhm.
that's why I'm saying I got to get my license for that because man, it's so much money. Whether you're single or not, it's so much money to be made out there that you don't have to put. You could be outside. People outside is making more money. I don't like to be in buildings all day, honestly.
Mhm. Mhm.
I like to be outside because I want to get that sunlight. I want to get that sunshine. I can't be in no building 12 hours, 16 hours a day.
Mhm.
I can't. I mean, not. I give it to you, nurses and doctors. But the thing about the hospitals in Florida is that they have the windows open and they have the sun. I forgot what it's called. Well, this hospital I worked in Orlando,
Mhm.
I was outside and the workers inside. They was happy. You know why? Because they had certain places. It was outdoors for the workers, but they don't do
Yeah.
that. It's like you in a cage in New York and Boston, Massachusetts. It's like you don't got no sun, no, and you in the building with all these funky lights on. I can't do it,
Well,
man. I
well,
can't do it,
I
bro.
mean, I mean, yeah, the days get shorter, especially in wintertime. The days get shorter up here, because we're up in the
Yeah,
north. You know, it's already
I
start.
can't do it.
It's already starting now. Actually, like it's not the sun is not up at 5 anymore. It used to be up at 5 because I'm up at 4:30. So it used to
Yep,
be
yep,
up. It used to be up at 5 a.m. It's not. It's like 5:30 now. So it's already
yeah,
starting. But that's just what it is, man. But what I'm saying is, I agree with what you're saying. A lot of people gotta realize that this YouTube thing is not for them. Use it
hmm
as a hobby. Use it as a hobby. Work a job outside of YouTube until
yeah,
until you get your stuff together. I'm talking about like as far as your channel, until you get your channel to where you want it to be, and then you could probably do for YouTube full time. But the reality is it's not going to happen for a lot of people. It's
yeah.
just it's just not, man. It's just not going to happen. So
The thing is, another thing is that certain people made in super chats 10,000, 13,000, and they ain't do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy
yeah,
part, man.
yeah,
Like honestly, when I had the people in the truth, every donation went to the production, the computers, the
mhm,
microphone, and then the
mhm,
incident, and it hasn't been the same. But I'm gonna say
mhm,
this: I did have people with large support when I was in that group at the time. And what happens is when you go through a situation of slander, that could hurt your channel, man,
yeah,
big time. And
yeah,
if you think about it, my most views was 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I was on the ball, man. I was on the road.
mhm,
Used to have 200, 300 people in here for a small channel. It was doing good,
yeah,
but it's like, but I'm gonna say this from experience: when you a YouTuber coming up and you doing the same numbers the larger YouTubers is doing, they're gonna have an issue with that. I noticed that. Most larger content creators will have an issue if you bringing in 400 or 500 people and they bringing in the same people and they have they're gonna have an issue with that. And
Yeah.
another thing is most so-called blacks, when they start seeing you get the money they getting and they've
Mhm.
been doing it longer and you getting it more consistently.
Yeah.
I was just listening to Malcolm X, right? And in the movie, it hit me with the situation of when the rumors was Elijah was getting jealous of him because he was getting more play. It's always true, Don. When you get more play, your own would just slap you in the face with it, man. And we seeing it, man. We seeing it in the internet, on YouTube. You don't see non-blacks doing that for the most part. They know how
Everybody
to
does.
get money together,
Yeah, I think everybody does that, man.
but they won't do it to the point of they won't do it to the point of you not having anything. They'll do it. They don't get along with each other. They just like, nah, we can't have this guy, broke or starving. No, they won't get to that point, man. But yeah, I get what you're saying, though. I definitely get what you're saying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll listen. All I gotta say is, man, you just gotta stop focusing so much on what other people are doing
Oh,
and
yeah, that's true.
focus, put more focus on what you need to do with your stuff. Don't listen to Kevin Samuels when he he talking about the you gotta have six figures, you gotta have six figures of the
So
hot
what
guy.
you trying to say? What you trying to say, Don? A man
And
should
you know
not
what?
supposed to make money.
I wish he was still alive because I wanted to debate him on that. Um um nah, you can make money, man, but don't like, don't make it because you're trying to keep up with somebody. You
That's
want to make
true. That's true. That's true.
yeah, because that's what it seems like. It seems like you're making money because you're trying to keep up with the person. But like I said, what happens when that person
Well,
starts
not me.
making
Not
even
me.
more money?
No, 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 not me. I'm not like that.
Mhm.
I'm saying when I was dealing with certain people and I
Mhm.
was getting to that point where they was at, they didn't like it. That's what I said.
Oh yeah, but that's just gonna happen. I mean, even on the job, that's gonna happen. Like if you let's say at my job, if I get a promotion, my coworkers, they're gonna be some coworkers who are upset that I got that promotion. You know what I mean? That's just what it is.
So
I
how?
was
But they're
actually
not supposed to know that though, unless you tell them.
they're gonna know you got a promotion because everybody because what if they apply for the promotion too? Like what
You
if they
think?
apply
You
for the
think? You
promotion?
think the managers? You think the overseers would tell them?
They do at my job they do. So let's just say
That's
they have a
gossip,
position.
man.
They
That's
have a position.
gossip.
No, no, I'm serious. Let's just say they have a position at my job, right? They have a
Hmm.
position like this one position they had open. 12 people applied for it. 12 people applied for it.
Hmm.
It was two positions. 12 people applied for it. Two people got it. So that means 10 people didn't get it. Everybody knew who got the promotion. And
Which
you
was
had some
you?
people. No, not me. This is not at my department. Well,
Okay.
it's my department, but it's not at the hospital I work. I just work there part time. Um, so some people were upset. Some people were upset. Some people were happy for him, and some people were indifferent. This is what it is. And these are all non-black people now. These are all non-black people, by the way.
Yeah. Well, let me
You know?
say, I appreciate Joe in Pure, and no, I'm not outside the country, Pure. I'm not outside the country, but thank you for the super chat, Joe. Thank you for the super chat. No, I'm not out. If I was outside of the country, I'll be celebrating right now, having a toast.
I mean,
Don,
look, man, outside the country.
I'm gonna be honest, Don. I'm
Uh,
just nah.
now, now, now,
I'm at the
uh,
point, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm
Yeah.
at the point, man, that it's funny she say that because I was in Johannesburg, South Africa, Don,
Hmm.
and I had the time of my life the 2 weeks, man. I had so much fun. I was so much
Why
at peace.
why didn't you do a video like show? I'm not saying show everything. I'm not saying like you have to show everything. And I know sometimes people want to put the camera down, put the phone down to soak in and really enjoy themselves. I get that. But what I'm saying, if you want to do this YouTube thing, why didn't you show something in South Africa while you were there?
Because I was just dealing with so much at the time, and I needed to detox because of what happened to me
Mm-hmm.
and on the internet, and I
Mm-hmm.
needed to get away.
Okay.
And I just didn't want to show that. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? I don't have no regrets of showing it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when I was in Arizona and New Mexico, I didn't even show that.
Yeah.
I used to show a lot of things. It's just that now I'm at the point I don't even want to be on camera all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you.
And I don't do long live streams. This is because we're doing an interview. Well, not an
Yeah.
interview. We're doing a one on one.
Uh-huh.
But if you think about it, I stopped doing panels,
Mm-hmm.
and I just get straight to the point, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm paying attention to the climax. Like Tampa Supreme, he said, "Why I don't be as motivated as I used to? Because I'm looking at the climax. I got to do other things. I can't depend on this to be my only thing. You know what I'm saying?
Shouldn't
And I
depend.
was going to do some. I was going to do some big things with my production. I was going to do a movie thing. The money was coming in, but that slander, man. I say, nah, I can't deal. I can't deal with my folks like I used to. That really, really set me like. I said, nah, man, forget this. I can't deal with my own people like that because
Let me ask.
because
Let
they
me ask.
slander like crazy, bro.
But why? But what I'm saying is, why do you put so much focus and energy onto YouTube if you say you're doing other things? You know why I get on here? I get on here and I have fun. I get on here and troll or whatever, and
Yeah.
and enjoy I enjoy my time on YouTube because I don't put a lot of focus on YouTube. This is not like I said. This is like a hobby. If it ever materialized to a monetary gain, cool. But my main focus is healthcare and medicine. That's my main focus. So
Hmm.
I'm not really stressing YouTube like that. I show stuff here and there because I like going to like for like okay, I'll give you an example like concerts. I like watching live concerts on YouTube. So I'm like, well, shoot, since I'm going to a lot of concerts, I'll show a little bit too because there might be somebody who can't go to the concert, but they still want to watch it. So hey, I'll show it. They can watch my video and enjoy it. Or when I travel, they might not be able to travel to this place, so I'll show it. They can watch it. They enjoy it. Like I do when I watch other people's travel videos. I enjoy it.
The thing, you
Right?
know what's interesting? I'm gonna say this. You and Big J, if Big J, I know
Oh
he
boy.
had the thing. I gotta say this. I'm gonna see this. I'm gonna be honest. From the outside looking in,
Uh huh.
you two would have did some serious content together. Big J channel will grow. The
Uh
issue, the thing with him, he got his own business. The thing with him, respectfully, his channel could grow big time if he just stay away from certain things. What you doing, I love what you're doing because that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you
yeah.
use the name I gave you.
Oh,
Look.
yeah,
It's a
Coochie.
good.
Yeah.
It's a good. I gave you a good name. You used it.
Well, I didn't know what that meant though. I thought it meant like I don't want to be explicit, but I thought it meant like cunnilingus, right? So I'm like, word, do that. So I'm like, yeah, I'll be a coochie glaze. I didn't I didn't know it was an insult, but I'm like, I already got the name, so I'm just I'm gonna use it.
You got see. I gave a lot of classes, and a lot of people use that um, on YouTube now on the low.
Mhm.
So I gave people interesting names, man. And remember Pick Me Sphere? That's a
Yeah,
growing trend now.
Yeah.
I came up with that. And the old YouTube days were fun for me. Now it's more of a business. At the
Yeah.
same time, I'm glad to see you, Kevin Kelly. Y'all have fun, man. I like your production, your recent upload. That was fun. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
fun, man. You having
Yes.
fun, dog.
Yeah.
You
I
actually
enjoy
having
it.
fun.
Yeah.
You
You
showing
too.
your fun to
Yeah.
your audience, and I stopped doing that. I will admit I stopped doing that, like Joe said, because you got to remember, think about it, Don. To go to Charlotte within a few days, that's unheard of. Cause it's not. It's very expensive to go to Charlotte. That ain't cheap, folks. You go to Charlotte, you got to spend a lot of money to go to Charlotte. It's not cheap for a hotel, for food, accommodations. Don.
You rented a car. You rented a car there too, right?
No. I took Uber. Or they took me around, and I
Oh,
paid
okay.
for that. My
Okay.
point is, Don.
Hmm.
I'll probably spend. I would say about $5,000 $6,000 in that short span.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Charlotte
money.
is expensive, y'all. I'm telling you right now. For
Yeah,
those,
Charlotte's getting
if
expensive.
Big Triple S, if he was in the chat, I wish he was because he stay out there. I'm telling you, it's expensive, Don.
Yeah, Charlotte's getting expensive because everybody. So I think what happened was, my sister lived in Charlotte. Um, what was I gonna say? Atlanta was supposed to be the hot spot, right? And Atlanta still, I still like Atlanta,
Atlanta
but
done. But go ahead.
I don't think it's done because I don't think it's done, but Charlotte, it just like it blew up over. I don't know if it was overnight, but all of a sudden, it's just like Charlotte is about like I think it's almost 1 million people there now, right? It's about to be like
Yeah. It's a lot of people there. It's a lot of people.
Charlotte,
That's no
Charlotte,
joke.
it just blew up because they got the financial industry there, they got healthcare industry, education.
It's not the healthcare is good.
Yeah,
They pay more than Boston.
no, they don't pay more in Boston. No, don't go that far now. Don't go that far. They don't pay. They
You
don't
know
pay
why I
more. They
said
don't pay
more?
more in Boston.
Because
No.
you know why I said more? Because they get more for their buck. That's what I meant.
But
They
yeah, you
could make
get more.
less, but they
It's
get more things done with the money
yeah,
they make
yeah,
down there
yeah.
for the buck.
I mean that's true. That's true because so I had a homegirl. This was almost 20 years ago, so it probably changed now. I had a homegirl that lived in she's from Boston, but she moved to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta she moved to Columbia, South Carolina. And
Hmm.
this was in 2000. This was in 2000. Look at Soul. Charlotte over. Soul just be hating on Charlotte. I don't know why he be hating on Charlotte, man.
Now Charlotte got the day because
Charlotte,
it's no
Charlotte got
system
it
in
going
Charlotte.
on, man. I'm sorry,
So but
Charlotte got it going on, man.
It's
No,
no system in Charlotte like that. That's why.
huh? What do you
He's
say?
thinking about the women. The women. Now Charlotte is. It's hard to
Charlotte got
get into
some
Charlotte money, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Charlotte got some beautiful women, dude. Charlotte got some bad. Oh my God, Charlotte got some
I
bad
know
women.
they do. I know they do. What I'm
Oh
saying
my
is,
God.
you gotta get that serious paper to get to them.
Oh my.
Nah,
Not even. Not even. No, not even.
ain't no average brother gonna get to those top sisters in those Charlotte unless you in the
Not, not,
sorority.
not, not
You
even.
know,
Not even. No, man. You don't have to. You don't have to make big. See, that's the thing. You don't have to make a huge amount of money to get you
I'm
a
talking
nice
about
home
getting
in
access
Charlotte.
to those women.
Nah, you don't. Bro. I'm telling you,
You
man.
sure?
I'm telling you,
You
you
sure?
don't.
So you sure an average brother gonna get them top tenderonis with that nice chocolate skin
No,
on below the
dog.
cheek?
There's so many. There's so many of them there. That's what you don't understand. There's so
They
many.
don't even come out like
Yo,
that.
I'm
They don't
telling
come
you right
outside.
now. I'm telling you right now. When I was down there, dude, I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up, man. Yo, I'm telling you. It's so, It's so Charlotte and Atlanta, like Atlanta. Whew, Atlanta. If I was living in Atlanta now, I probably would have been married with more kids.
Let me see what Joe said. I would live in Raleigh over Charlotte. I hear you, Joe, on that. Raleigh is more organized than Charlotte, man.
Yeah, no, I'm staying. I'm going with Charlotte, man. I love Charlotte. Oh man, the women are beautiful, and there's so many of them, dude. There's so many of them.
Now Greensboro is my spot. Greensboro
Yeah,
is my
yeah.
spot.
Greensboro is nice too. But let me get back to South Carolina. So she was living in Columbia, South Carolina. Now there wasn't really nothing there at the time, right? This was like in 07. But she had a 2-bedroom apartment, and again, this is 07. She had a 2-bedroom apartment and central air. Right, it had central air. She had a patio. It had parking. She had a nice sized kitchen, a nice sized living room / dining room area. Two big bedrooms, and I think I said a patio, right? She had a patio.
Right.
Her rent at that time was $350 a month, and
What?
the only reason why it was $350. This was like I said, 07. Now, of course, it's more now. And the only reason why it was $350 because she had bad credit. That's why.
And they still gave it to her because it's hard to get a place in Charlotte now, man. You can't have no bad credit in Charlotte.
This is not Charlotte. This is Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, okay, that's different. Yeah.
And again, this is 2007. So now it's probably more. But what you're saying about how you can do more with your money, even though you're making less, does make sense. Like you can, if you can make less, you'll make less, but with the money you can still buy a decent house. You can still, raise a family. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fast.
Whereas up here, you got parking spaces going for $150K now. Parking spaces.
What?
Yeah.
Oh hell no! I ain't parking up in that Joker for no 100. What?
I was thinking about getting a parking space, right, and putting a tent there and living like that. That's what I was thinking about doing.
This is crazy, man.
Or buying the parking space, right, and living out of my car.
I would rather be with Joe at, man. If that's the case, man. At least I got my farm, I got my place. Deal with the snake. I'd rather deal with the snake space, deal with that Joker 150. Man.
Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it on Zillow. I'll show it to you. Yeah, man.
I just think I can't do it. I can't do it. This hustle and bustle. It's not. I can't do it. I think what it is, Don, is that you having fun, man, because you're in the right place at the right time. It's just the timing of everything. You know what I'm saying? But man, I ain't paying no $150,000 for no parking spot.
Well, I make the best of it, man. I make the best of it, man. I came back up, got married, didn't work out. So I'm like, I'm gonna leave my kid up here. So I made the best of it. Like I had a job offer in Houston, Texas. This was like in 2015, and they were offering me more money than I was getting paid here in Boston at the time because they were in dire need of pharmacy techs. Like,
you didn't take the Houston deal? What?
Nah, I couldn't leave my kid, man. I said,
you didn't want to transfer him to Houston?
Huh?
You didn't want to transfer him to Houston at the time?
No, because I don't know anybody in Houston. I don't know anybody in Houston. Up here, he has a network up here. Like he has family.
Well, let me ask you this respectfully: was it fear? Was it fear that you didn't know nobody? Because this is a question I have because when I went to Florida, I didn't have no fear. The people around me that knew was doubting it. I didn't doubt it. Did you have doubt? Not because of what they were going. Of course, they was going to give you more and no state tax because you didn't know nobody. So you wanted to know. That's another thing I noticed with so-called black people, respectfully. in this day of time, not saying you still doing your thing, but it's like, why is it hard for so-called blacks to make that move? You don't have you could Don, you could be approachable, man. You're not a person that's standoffish. So was it the fear of anything?
Um, nah, man, come on, man. Do I look like I'll be scared to move anywhere? No,
No.
it wasn't because when I moved to Atlanta, I didn't really know anybody. I knew a few
Right.
people, and then my family, my dad's side's from Georgia, but I didn't know them. I didn't know that I knew, I know my dad because my dad is from here. He lives here, but I didn't know my Georgia family. So I was basically by myself in Georgia. It wasn't that. It was the fact that like if I would have moved, I would still be coming up here all the time because my kid is up here, right? So I'll still be coming up here all the time. I'll be spending a lot of money, sending him down to Houston, and I was just like, it just not logistically, it doesn't make any
So
sense.
you was with your lady at the time, the lady, the mother of your
No,
child,
no,
right?
no. We had just separated, right?
Okay,
We had
that makes
just
sense now.
separated,
That
and
makes
then we were
sense.
about to go. We were about to go through the divorce, and then I got that job offer. But I was like, nah. I was like, logistically, it wouldn't make like, yeah, I'll be saving money in housing because shoot, the houses there, like they were like 50% cheaper than the houses up here. Like I would have had like 2 or 3 houses down there. But the thing is, logistically, it just didn't make sense because what if my kid, I don't mean to call him kid, but what if he had an emergency, right? Like, I want to be here for him. So I was like, nah, I can't do it.
Okay, okay. So for the sake of your son, you didn't do it. If it was just you would have did it.
Yeah, if it was just me, oh, most definitely. Oh yeah. Oh
Okay,
yeah. Oh yeah.
okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense, man. I know, man. Like I was in a relationship. No, I was, yeah, somewhat in a relationship. Because you could be in a relationship with somebody and not have children, and that
Right.
person. It's hard for people. What Don is basically saying is true. It's hard when you have somebody you got to take care of. So you just
Hmm.
can't. You have to be careful. At the same time, as a person who don't have children, there's no excuse for us because we can back up and go. The people
Right.
with families can just back up and go just like that. It has to be on point because one mistake could cause a major setback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially with this YouTube and off of YouTube, man. When you have a family, you have to be careful. You can't just be jumping the gun. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot.
Right.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question.
Hmm.
What's his face did an interesting video. He said men that are single is living a better life than being in a relationship. Would you agree with that?
I mean, I think it depends, man, because what if you're in a relationship with a person that you get along with and that you're in sync with? You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like, what if you enjoy each other's company? What if you have the same moral values? So I,
yeah.
I think that I think that all depends. Now, maybe monetary. Well, I can't even say when it comes to money because what if you both decide that you all want to work together? Like you don't want to do the
Mhm.
Kevin Samuel, you don't want to do the Kevin Samuels thing and you pay for everything. You pay for everything. What if you and your significant other work together? So I think it all depends. I think it all depends, man. I mean, I
Because
understand what he's
Jason
saying.
Black, because
I
Jason
understand.
Black said that. Jason Black, well, I mean, he made some interesting points, but I just say
Yeah.
that men that taking care of their business, whether they have children or not, it's not too concerned about other people's opinions. At the same time, he made some interesting points. I mean, like more men prefer to be single, not have children because they want to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? But I'll just say
Right.
that to me, I learned a lot from both sides.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I played this, baby, what what they call it? Um, No, I don't consider myself a stepfather, but a stepdaddy. But yeah, I mean, if a lot of people say that for the lack of better terms,
Yeah.
you know.
So
But
I just so in the chat I put
I speak for both sides.
let me just say this real quick. So I put a link to a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house for rent in Boston. It's for 10K, and then I also put the parking space for 150 grand. I put that in the chat too.
I can't do it. You can't pay me for that.
I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna get like one of them vans. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna live off the van, man. Once my son turns 18, I'm gonna do van life. I'm telling you, if I stay up here.
Yeah. Please.
But I understand what he's saying though, because when you're single, all you really have to take care of is you. So with men, we don't really need much. So it's less expensive. However, if you have like I said, you have a significant other and you guys are in sync and share the same moral values, have and whatever, I think it could be a good thing. So.
Oh, that's right. Tennessee don't have no state tax. I forgot about that, Joe. Yeah.
The South. Some places in the South are blowing up too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like my sister says, like I said, she's in Charlotte. She'd be like, "Yeah, you Yankees be coming." She call us Yankees. You Yankees be coming down there and buying up houses, because you gotta think, a house going for 300-400, that's a steal for us. Like a move-in ready house, for like 300-400,000.
The house is off the chain in Charlotte. I ain't gonna hold you. The house
a turnkey house for 400K. Shoot, that's a steal. That's a steal.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I don't know how. Now I'm not in people's business, but there's a few YouTubers that's making so much money they still stay in a small apartment. And I'm saying, I mean, that's their business. But me personally, I will invest in real estate, make some money.
But why? Though? Maybe. What if they're happy in their small? Like me, I'll give you an example. Like, I'm happy in a small space. I don't need a huge space. Like, what if they're happy in a small space?
I'm just saying people with family. Not you. People, you have a son. I'm talking about people with large families. This is apartment. I don't know, man. I want my kids to move around. Shoot.
But that's more of a Western. That's more of a Western thing, though. I think in other countries, like, it's normal for families to live in small places.
It is.
Like look at Japan. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got like multiple people living in a small apartment.
No big ass will not even move. Can't even fit in those rooms.
I'm just saying, man. I think that's just like a Western thing. Like, everybody has to have their own room, and you got to have all these big living spaces. Like, it's just us.
Yeah, because we big people, man.
Nah, man. Okay, yeah, you big until you get that heating bill, and that electric bill. Yeah, then you're gonna be like, it's time to downsize.
That AC bill.
I know. And let it be like an old AC too. Make sure you have like a newer AC. Make sure you have a newer AC.
Oh, man.
An efficient AC, one that says efficient. That's the one you need, because the AC is expensive, man. Central Air too. Central Air is expensive.
No, I can't. I gotta be smart. I gotta be speaking 150 back where I used to be a few years ago to live in Japan.
Nah. Nope.
But they got some good quality though, man. I love their service over there, man. I do, man. They got some good service.
Yeah, I'm looking to go there next year. I've wanted to go my whole life, so I'm looking to go next year. But yeah, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's like, them big living spaces are expensive, man. I'm telling you, like, you gotta heat that. Like, my aunt has like this big, like, they call like Victorian house. So it's like this huge house, man. It has like I don't know what they were. I don't know what my aunt was thinking, man. I don't know what they would think. I mean, she was married,
Mm-hmm.
but like when she got married, like most of her kids, which are my cousins, they were um they were almost grown. Like they were almost, adults and they were gonna be out the house. So I don't know what they were thinking, man, but this house has like a lot of bedrooms, a lot of bathrooms, but it's so expensive to heat up, man. It's so expensive to keep because that my aunt's in her 80s, so she likes to have it warm in the house. But
Yeah.
it's so expensive. And I'm trying to tell her, like, why don't you downsize, right? Like, you don't need all this area. You don't need it. And all it is like she has like stuff in it that she don't even use. Like I'm talking about like furniture, clothes, all kind
Yeah.
of stuff that she don't use. So I'm like, why don't you downsize? And then that way you can have a living area that's easier to maintain, and then your utilities would be cheaper. But she don't want to downsize.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm glad you mentioned that because that was my
Hmm.
next question.
Hmm.
Downsize. Are forced to downsize, or do people prefer to downsize in this damn time?
I think it depends, man. Like sometimes you are forced to downsize. Let's just say if you lose your job, or let's say you have a family, and um if your significant other's working and one of you loses your job, you might be forced to downsize. Sometimes you want to like me. I want to downsize because I'm getting up there in age. Like I said, I'm not trying to like spend hours upon hours trying to clean up a house. I want my utilities to be affordable. I want something easy to maintain, right, in my older age. So
Mm.
for me, downside is gonna be a choice. Like I said, for me, like I said, if I didn't have my son, like I could do a studio, no problem. I'll be fine with the studio. Nope,
So you
no
don't
issue,
mind?
no
So
problem.
you don't mind living on top of people? You okay with that?
Um, it depends. Like sometimes it depends, like the quality of the building, because sometimes like you can hear like everybody and everything, right, in those type of
Yeah,
apartments. But
exactly.
but, but if it's like a good quality, like you won't be able to hear it. It'll be quiet, and then I wouldn't mind it.
There was back in the days apartments were like that. They don't have those type of apartments because they want to be
Yeah,
nosy
yeah,
and hear your conversations and all that. It was back in the days. I know apartments was like that.
yeah.
Even
Or
homes is not made the way they used to be made back in the
yeah,
days.
or like a ranch. Like if I get like a ranch in my older
Yeah,
age, I'm good. Like I'm good with a ranch.
I agree with that. I agree
I'm
with
good with
that.
I'm good with a ranch. But like these big houses I see, these people have like the bathroom is the size of someone's master bedroom and all that. I'm like, dude, I don't need all that. It looks nice. It looks nice.
You had that back in the
I don't
days,
need
right?
all that. No, I still have a split level, and I'm trying to get
Okay.
my mom. Me and my mom are butting heads because I'm trying to get my mom to get out of the split level, and I'm trying to get a condo, because that way, like I said, it'll be easier for her to maintain it, and then the utilities and stuff will be cheap, and again, it'll be easier for her to maintain. A split level for one person, especially a person up there in age, is still a lot of house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It's a lot. That's a lot of house for one person, in my opinion. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I know. I have a 3 bedroom in New York, and then I got the house in Florida, and the other house is rented out. So you're
Uh-huh.
right though, man. You're right
Yeah.
though. It takes. I have people doing the gardening and everything. I can't do that myself. That's too much, man, for
Yeah, it's
one
a lot
person.
of it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work now. having a home could be beneficial. Don't get me wrong; it could be extremely beneficial, but it's a lot of work you got to put into it too. Like you
Yeah.
said, you gotta do yard work. And I remember them days that I had to do yard work. And it's like 90 degrees outside, and I had to mow a lawn for hours upon hours because I couldn't afford to sit and mow. The ones you sit on. I couldn't afford that at the time, so I had to get a push lawnmower, and it's a lot
Yeah.
of work.
Football. That's a lot of work. Yeah. Yeah.
Or when it's fall and the leaves, you gotta clean up all the leaves, man. And then the city being stingy, they don't want to take your leaves, right? You gotta put them in
Yeah.
certain bags. You gotta put them in certain bags, or they won't take them. Like you get tired of all that, man.
I think it's a good motivation because I'm so used to doing certain things, man. Been certain places, not everywhere.
Hmm.
And it gets to, like you say, Don, it gets to your point in life, man. You just want to downsize and just chill out for the rest of your days, man.
Yeah, basically.
You're right about that. You're right, man.
So
I
when I
do
was
agree
in
with that.
Cape Verde, I
Hmm.
was talking to so we had a tour guide, and we were just chopping it up, and he was saying that like the people there in the country don't make a lot of money, but they still live, a good lifestyle because if they have enough money for a roof over their head, they have enough money
Hmm.
for food, and they get clothes, they're happy. And then he said that
Yep.
they spend a lot of their time, especially on the weekends. Like they don't have the hustle and bustle lifestyle like we have here. He said like on the weekends they spend time with their family. They stay at the beach. They go fishing,
Yep.
swimming. They do a bunch of like family activities, like and they're content with that. You
Yep.
see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So they don't make a lot of money, but they still find ways to live a modest and happy lifestyle.
Sure has a question for you.
What is a split? So a split level is like, oh, how can I explain it? Basically, when you walk in the house, the steps going up and the steps going down. So the steps going up have like it's not really like an apartment style, but it's just you have like up they have like a kitchen, a couple of bathrooms, a couple of bedrooms, and then downstairs they have like a couple of bedrooms and a bathroom. Mine didn't have a kitchen down there, but some do have kitchens. So I guess it's kind of like separate apartments, but it's not separated by like doors or anything, if that makes sense.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I see
Yeah,
that in Florida. Yep, I see that. That's mostly in Florida, Georgia, and parts of Texas, Pierre. They don't
yeah,
have that in the northern states.
yeah. But when
I've
I
been to
when I
all those places, yeah.
when I bought it, it was kind of like I bought it because I was tired of paying rent. Right? So I didn't want to pay rent anymore. That's why I bought it. And now I'm just like, yo, let's just get a because if I rent it out, like I'm not living there right now. So it's like it doesn't. I don't know how. I know there's ways that you can do that, but
Why
like
don't why
I
don't
don't.
you go to why don't you go to because I do it with one of the houses I have what's the name of it, pass split. Why you don't do pass split? Because if you put it on pass split you
Uh
could pay you could do the weekly pay, bi-weekly pay people with because that helped me at the time when I got into pass split for a few months before I got a home because you can make money doing that. It's like similar to Turo, renting it out. Turo, you pay every day or every week, whatever. People make
mhm.
money. You get 80% from pass split and 20% goes to them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. To be honest with you, if I'm gonna do something, I rather just do it here where I can like see everything. I'm not saying I would be like a micromanager, but I think it's just easier to be in the same state. Because I'm thinking about doing that here too, like getting up. So here they have triple deckers. So
Yeah, yep.
basically it's like a big house, but it's three separate apartments.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking about getting one, and I'll live like in one of them, and I'll rent out two. But I'm right there. So if anything happens, I can handle it right then and there.
Okay, so let me give you an example with pass split. If some damages happen, the person has to pay for it. You don't have to pay for the damages. Like if
Mhm.
something is missing, they have to take
Mhm.
photos for a month. You request for photos, they have to show photos, right?
Yeah.
Then I have cleaners come to the house to clean. So they
Yeah.
take photos of anything missing or anything. So
Yeah. I don't feel like doing. I don't feel like dealing with all that, man. I don't feel
I
like
got
dealing with
you.
all that.
Because the thing
Listen,
though, the
listen.
thing
My
about it
uncle.
though is
Uh
the thing about it, Don, is the person has to show me their ID, the
huh.
address, and I do the background check. And
Okay.
Passport do the background checks.
Uh huh.
So if they have any similar problems, you get what I'm saying, the drift, you don't have to accept them.
Man, my uncle owned multiple properties here in Boston and DC. He's loaded. I know he's loaded. He owned multiple properties, but he said he had so many issues. He just sold them. He sold them all, especially in DC. He said he had a lot of issues with people in DC, renters in
Or
DC.
the ratchets, yeah.
He said he had a lot of issues with DC. So he said he said he just sold them all. My granddad
Yeah.
too. My granddad had some properties here, and I think my granddad's in his late 80s, so I think he just with age he just got fed. He just got tired. He just said he didn't feel like doing it anymore. He just sold them all. Yeah.
That's true. So that's true. I do agree with that. That's a good statement. So
But I think it depends. Well, I think it depends on where you live though, because if you live in a good area in a good market, and then you have a house, you can actually make money off of that single family. So I think it depends on where you live.
hmm but
I think I think
I just think it keeps me afloat because you're right though, Doc. People, we gotta learn how to deal with each other and get things done because doing it by yourself, it could take a toll on you, man.
right.
And the way things are now, and I look back what you say, it's forcing us to learn how to work together because we didn't
Mhm.
have to do that a few years ago.
Right. That's what I was saying. Like we didn't really have to do that. We were able to do things on our own, but now, I mean, with the way things are going, um, if what you all saying is correct, you're gonna have to learn how to work together. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, yeah.
And I believe if it's gonna be based, if it's gonna be if you don't work to if you don't work if you're not willing to work with somebody, you won't survive. I believe more people will be willing to work together, to work with one another.
I do agree. It's like the universe is basically saying we're getting you back to where it's supposed to be, good
Right.
or bad.
Right.
Because the evil are working together. The evil working together,
Hmm.
and the good is going to have to learn how to work together. It has to be a balance. Because
Yeah.
right now, the evil, for the most part, is playing with everybody.
Yeah.
Money, relationships, everything.
Hmm.
And I'm not doing the gloom and doom because I'm not doing that. I'm just saying because I know what everyone I used to say. I'm done with that. I'm just those old classic days. But it's the truth of the matter is, he's right. Don is right. We're gonna have to learn how to work together, or you're gonna
Yeah.
be in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. If what like I said, if what you all saying is true, it's it's, it's
Mm,
it's that is that or you don't survive, man. I mean, you know, you're
yeah,
gonna have to. You're gonna have to. You're gonna
yeah.
have
They
to.
force. You notice they've been forcing a single thing a lot. They got a song called "Single Men." I'm
Of
like,
course, man. Because you know why? Because they get bread off that. They get a lot of money. You gotta think about it. If you have a couple that divorces, right?
hmm
They still have to have houses or apartments. So that's gonna be an apartment for the dad, an apartment for the mom. The utilities the dads have to pay. The dad's gonna have to pay. Utilities the mom's gonna have to pay.
hmm
Internet, food, like it's you're paying for two of everything. So yeah, I mean, of course they're gonna push that.
Just like when
That's
Beyonce
more
came up with
money.
that song. Beyonce ain't even Jay-Z. She told you ladies to be single.
Exactly. She told them to be single. She's not leaving. Exactly. Because when you have that, and like I said, when you check out that calculator, lifestyle, the living wage calculator, you'll see when you have when you're combining your income, man, you can do some things.
Yeah.
You can do some things when you combine your income, or not even like if someone's staying home and taking care of the kid, taking care of the children while you're out there working, that still saves you money because then you don't have to worry about daycare. Daycare is expensive.
It's just like how
Especially,
somebody. Yeah, go ahead. My
no,
fault.
no, I was saying, especially if the kid doesn't know how to wipe his or her butt, they don't know how to wipe their butt. It's expensive, man.
Yep, yep. Just like
Yep.
how people tell you relationships ain't no good, and they're in a relationship. They telling we caught certain
Exactly.
YouTubers back in the days of Obsidian. All these
Hmm.
people,
Yep.
some people
Yep.
single moms, and he went
Yep.
and single.
Obsidian, talking all exactly, talking all that. You hear that? You see that? Talking all that mess. He's with a woman who has 3 children,
Yeah, yeah.
and he doesn't have any children,
He doesn't have any
right?
children.
He doesn't have any children. Now I understand the women in Philly, and no disrespect to Philly, I like Philly, but the women ain't the best looking there. Like I understand that.
Yeah, that's
But,
true.
I understand
Except for
that, but you,
Naima. Naima was attractive, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you have some, but I'm just saying in general, man, they're not like
Mm,
if you talking about like bad, fine looking women, like you're not in the Northeast, you're not really talking about Philly.
no,
I'm just
hell no,
like I said,
hell no.
no disrespect. Like I said, I like Philly, no disrespect, but you're not talking about Philly. But what I'm saying is he couldn't find him like a Jill Scott. You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't find him like a Jill Scott with no children. She from
Yeah,
Philly, right? And she's
yeah,
from
she's
Philly.
from Philly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he couldn't find him like a Jill Scott. I would date like a Jill Scott type. I would date like a Jill Scott type.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but then he was telling people on YouTube that you shouldn't be doing that. While he's
It
out
was
there
many
doing it.
of them. It was many of them.
Yeah.
It's many
And
guys
and
like that.
and I think as a content creator, Finney's talented. Like I bought his book. I didn't read it yet, but I bought it to support him. I think he's talented as a content creator. I think he's a good writer, and he does have like
Hmm.
some comedic skill to him. But
Yeah.
that's where it ends. That's where it ends with me
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
the fact that you were saying how you shouldn't be dating this type of woman, and then behind the scenes you're dating that type of woman. It's just. I mean, you shouldn't be shocked though. You shouldn't be shocked because again, they just out here to make money. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
should, yeah,
He was up there with them
yeah,
super chats. I'll give him that. He was
yeah.
up there
He was,
in the
he
top
was.
5 in the world. Woo, woo, man. He was up there. He did the KS numbers, and now, what you call is in the top 5 lead attorney.
Yeah, lead attorney. Yeah, he's in Atlanta, I think, right? Ain't he in
And he got
Atlanta?
that fine woman, man. He ain't got no kid either. He got a
Yeah.
nice sister on his thing. Got a
Okay.
nice looking sister over there.
I haven't watched any of his content in like months, but yeah, he's doing this thing. And then that's the thing too. He was an actual professional outside of YouTube. So he has a
Yep, that
lot of
helped him.
so he's coming into YouTube with a lot of experience.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like he's coming in YouTube with a lot of experience. It's gonna be hard to compete with somebody like that because he did it for over 20 something years.
Yep.
You know, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, man. Just or like if you find something that you think people will want to watch, put that on YouTube. Like start doing stuff like that. Like you gotta. It's gonna be tough, but you gotta find something that like a niche.
I could do the corporate thing, man, if I wanted to. If I wanted to really push the corporate thing, I could do it because of my experience and run the business. I could really
Mhm,
push it because the
mhm.
numbers speak. I have testimony from certain brothers is doing pretty good. So I gotta get back to that field, man, and push that content, upload videos, shorts, talk about certain relationships here and there. And periodically, once in the blue, come on live streaming. Because I think what happens with small YouTube channels and hurts us is we live stream too doggone much. Which is not, it's
Yeah,
okay, but
yeah.
we do it too much.
Honestly, you do. Honestly, y'all do. Y'all live stream too much, and
Yeah,
everybody's talking about the same thing. And that's
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
true.
It's like I don't have to. And I'm not saying I'm not just trying to point you out. I'm just speaking in general as far as space goes. It's like I ain't gotta listen to you. I can listen to Rage. I can listen to who else makes content like Angry Man. I can listen to
Yeah.
OJ. I can listen to like it's all the same stuff. That's why.
Uploads is where the money at for the most part. It's shorts.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And people are uploading like multiple videos a day, and it's so
Mhm.
many, and the space is so saturated. Like there's so many people doing it. So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I make some decent money off my shorts, man. I like my shorts. I'll be having fun with my shorts, especially with that shorty talking about 2 plus 2 is
mhm.
3. I would say this though. Angry Man was smart. He's the king of shorts, man. He is the king of shorts. He is the king of shorts. I gotta give it to him, man, because that's what made his channel grow.
Yeah, but
It's the shorts.
yeah, but he be on some bull crap too, though. Yeah, he blocked me years ago because he was trying to compare his content to like Netflix and Jay-Z, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, bro, I'm like, I'm like, dude, you're first of all, Jay-Z, and I'm not even saying, I'm just saying a rapper or a musician, period. If they're doing a
Mhm.
concert, if they're gonna do a concert, they're charging you a fee for that concert. Like, so they're basically saying, hey, if you want to go to my concert and sit in this seat, it's gonna be this amount of money. They're not online. Well, not I know some might be, but not most of them are not online saying, oh, hey, give me a donation.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like what Angry Man did. He's like, yo, I want a donation.
Yeah, it
We don't,
forcing the
we don't
situation. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We don't have to give you. We don't have to give you donations. Like if we want to, cool. But we're not obligated to give you a donation.
No, that's true. That's
And,
facts. That's
and,
facts.
and just like with Netflix charges a fee for their services. They charge a fee.
Yeah, they do. But
And
I
then
get my I get my money's worth. I'm about to get on Netflix after this live.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to watch Netflix, you got to pay. I think it's what, $7.99 for the basic plan now.
Well, I got a double dose, man, because I got 2 phones. So
Okay, okay,
I got the plan thing with T-Mobile. I got
okay.
that Disney
Yeah,
Plus, and then
yeah.
what's the other one?
Hulu,
Hulu.
um,
That
Paramount TV
I
Plus,
can't put no Paramount, man. That's too much.
yeah, Peacock.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. I gotta get back. I should get back to regular plan on T-Mobile. The problem is, I don't. If I would have had a regular T-Mobile plan, $50 plan, I would not
Mhm.
have no service and no freaking Africa because that bill would have been. I would not have to be able to use my phone to be on the internet because the internet in Johannesburg, Africa, is not that bad. I was
Okay,
surprised. They got some
yeah,
good internet service
yeah, yeah.
because China man over there broke his internet service. That's what it was.
When I'm overseas, I use WhatsApp and I use Facebook Messenger to talk to people.
Yeah, yeah. WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yeah, and Facebook Messenger, I use that to call people too when I'm overseas. So that way you
Apple
don't have to
TV
pay.
is my fault. Apple TV is 22 now.
No,
God
I think he was
damn.
saying, Netflix, because I know the Netflix, like the if you want like the 4K streaming and all that, I think that's like $20 something. But me, I'm okay with basic. So
I got basic, but I got the not. I got the boot.
yeah,
I got the
I'm
ads
okay with
going
it.
too. I said, let me let
Yep,
these people get their money.
yep,
And that's
yeah, I
one
got
thing about
yeah,
Netflix. The ad, you cannot skip the ads on Netflix.
yeah. And the thing is, Netflix they just now making a profit. They went years without making a profit. Remember when they
Yeah.
used to have they used to mail you the DVDs and all that. They used to mail it to you.
Yeah, mail it to you back in the days. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They weren't making money. They weren't making profit when they were
No.
doing that. So that's what I'm saying,
I'm a,
man.
oh, listen, Hulu. I'm trying to Don, that's what I was thinking about putting like certain people. Like I was thinking about you, B Triple X, Kevin Kelly. Like we do a Caribbean film and I get the production going and put it on Hulu and make some money, man. Because that would be lit, man. Hulu, you could make. Nino Brown did it. He made a good profit. I think you could put it on Netflix too, but I forgot how much you got to give them though. I think it's what, maybe 20,000, 30,000 for them to do it. I gotta look into it. But go ahead.
So content creators, they put this stuff on Hulu.
Some of them put it on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the other name. I seen the one. I seen Jill Scott. I seen a couple of YouTubers on Netflix. I forget the name of the freaking movie. When I find out, I'll send it to you. But
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Because what's a few channels that do some good movies, like some episodes? What's the name of that black channel in New York when they show episodes in the hood? I forgot the name of it. They do series. They did some good series. But to get it on Netflix, man, that's some good business, man. That's a lot
Yeah,
of money.
yeah, it is. That is,
Yeah.
man. But yo,
Competition is real, man.
I'm about to get off, man. I got to get up early in the morning.
And this is a good one, man. I didn't
Yes,
even know it's
yes,
2 hours in that.
yeah. I know. This is good.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, it's almost 1:30.
Yeah, man. I'm about to watch me a couple of movies and then get ready for Monday. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to clock out for the night. I'm tired as hell, man.
All right, Don. I appreciate you
All right,
coming on, man.
no problem. No problem. Have a good one. All right,
All right,
chat. See
peace.
y'all. Peace.
All right, to Joe, to Pierre, thank you for the support. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Let me check something out. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the show. Appreciate Don for coming on the show. Thank y'all for the support. Until next time. Thank you, Don Gordito, for the support as well. Appreciate the support, man, on the super chat. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Pierre. Shout out to Soul. Shout out to everybody tuning in. This is a good one. I'll be doing some uploads later on today. So be on the lookout for that. Couple of shorts. Let's continue to win different ways, y'all. Y'all go check out Don Gordito's channel. I'm going to add him. So y'all go check out his channel. He got some good stuff over there. And Don, you have permission to use this content on your platform too. So, you know what I'm saying? All right, everybody. Peace out.